12 in the third period. So I think the coaches really set the expectation in between the second and third periods, like we need to get the puck on the goal just a little bit more. So as I said before, Tucker, new to the broadcast team, joining us as a broadcast intern this season, had his first broadcast with hockey last night, a baseball player by trade. But give me your thoughts. How'd you feel? How'd the game, what was it like kind of getting that first hockey game under your belt?
It's full of action, and I love that. It's really fun sport to watch, actually, even though I haven't played much of it or been much in the sport myself. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more this season. So
yeah, it's fast-paced. Hockey never stops. You don't get the breaks in hockey that you do in baseball or even football or basketball at times, but hockey, very fast-paced. So tonight the Cardinals take on the Wasilla Warriors. The Warriors, led by a couple talented players, a sophomore, Elijah Barcelona, had 12 points last season, 5 goals, 7 assists. He's a speedy forward with a nice scoring touch, so make sure, keep an eye out for him, or if you're on the radio tuning in at KSRM, that's where we are tonight. Make sure you listen for that one. You'll probably hear Barcelona quite a bit. Another one you can kind of listen for is Dylan Mead, another sophomore. A lot of young scorers on this Wasilla team that put 8 goals up on Bryson Clyde and the Stars last night. Clyde, not the kind of goalie you generally see 8 goals scored against. So good on the Warriors for skating downhill as much as they did. Keep an eye or an ear out for those two. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening tonight on KSRM. And for those of you joining us on YouTube, watching on the Peninsula Sports Live channel, we're glad to have you along the way as well. It is the Sweeney's pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the standings going into this after one weekend to play, a couple games, one night to play. You're listening to high school hockey on ESPN Radio and watching on Peninsula Sports Live.
Head on down to Country Foods in Kenai.
So
this week, pick up USDA boneless chocolate.
If he flips that around on us, just stay close to me so that don't get too far away. Has it changed at all, Pete, or is it still doing it?
Fine, just $1.69 a pound, and jumbo yellow onions for just 79 cents a pound. And while you're there, swing by the deli. Hot meals, fresh and ready for your lunch break.
60 seconds,
Country
please.
Foods in Kenai. Buy fresh, spend less. Okie doke. In Alaska, where hockey pucks fly faster than your truck warms up.
That's probably
if one of those
because
pucks
of,
or maybe an icy driveway takes out a
microphone.
tooth, don't worry.
I just turned myself up a
Dental
little
in
bit, so.
Soldotna can handle it. From chips and cracks to cleanings and crowns, they'll keep your smile in the game. They're local, friendly, and accepting new patients now. So skate on in or call 907-262-8834. Gentle Dental, keeping Alaskan smiles shining no matter how hard winter hits.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Nick Sorrell alongside Tucker Blau. Glad to have you along the way this evening. Let's take a look at kind of the standings around the league. Obviously, the Warriors and the Moose are both 1-0 after their wins last night. The Warriors were very tight with the Stars in that game last night at the Sports Center, where Soldotna actually had a 3-2 lead late in the second period. The Warriors tied it at 3 as that game kind of went near into the end of the third. It was tied 3-3 into the start of the third period. And then the Warriors opened a can, and they laid 5 goals down in the third period for a final score of 8-3. I think that was a combination of the Warriors playing more physical in the third period, but also kind of going back and watching it. The Stars got themselves in some penalty trouble. Same thing happened to them earlier today. They took on the Moose at the Soldotna Regional Sports Complex, and the Stars fell in that game. 1-0 was the final score. But don't sleep on Soldotna, despite the 2 losses to open up the season. They have a lot of really good starters and players who have not been with them the last couple days. So they're missing several starters. But if we take a look, see if we can't find some of the other scores from around the league. Obviously, yesterday we had the Stars falling 8-3 to Wasilla. The Cardinals lost 4-3 to Palmer. and there's no other scores. You know why? Because the Peninsula Ice Challenge loves hockey that much that it wants to get hockey going sooner than everybody else. So the whole state inactive for hockey except for what we have going here on the Peninsula. So glad to have that, and glad to have you joining us on the pregame show. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll talk a little bit more about what to expect here tonight from the Cardinals, and we'll get you your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. You're listening to High School Hockey on KSRM.
Ready to kick off the holiday?
Hey, is this Palmer or Wasilla tonight?
Wasilla.
Wasilla, okay, good. And it's 60 or 90 right now?
And artisan goods you won't find anywhere else. Every purchase supports the CPH Volunteer Scholarship Fund. Don't miss this annual favorite. Shop local, support local, and make your season shine. Visit cpgh.org for more information.
Do you need to replace your septic system, or do you need to get a septic system installed at your new home, shop, or office? Call DEC-approved Steam on Wheels. Steam on Wheels has years of experience in installing septic systems on the Peninsula and will do your job correctly and DEC certified. Call now to get on the schedule, 907-262-3240. Having issues with your septic? Call Steam on Wheels. They can use their camera to see what's going on underground and get you taken care of. Call now, Steam on Wheels.
Dan's Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam? Do they even make cars? Oh.
Look, no matter what side of the car the steering wheel's
give me
on,
the,
we got covered. Dan's Automotive serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Nick Sorrell here along with Tucker Blau, Caleb Manuel back in our K-Beach studio. Taking a look at the game last night for the Cardinals. We'll see exactly what they did. Well, the first period was dead silent. No goals scored in that period. The Moose and the Cardinals each 3 penalties apiece in that one. And penalties really became a big factor later in the game. For both teams. In fact, between both squads, we had 4 power play goals, and 1 goal was 4-on-4 for the Moose. So not a lot of scoring happening with both teams at full strength last night. But standout performers for the Cardinals, we had Isaac Potton, who had 2 assists last night. So Potton really gets things underway in a great way. The senior coming back for his 4th season of hockey and getting onto that first line for the first time really in his high school career. So great job, Isaac, last night with the 2 goals, or excuse me, the 2 assists. But the player of the game for the Cardinals last night was Bridger Begich. Begich coming through with 2 points as well, a goal in the 3rd period. Now, mind you, the Cardinals fell behind. If you missed that one, they fell behind by a score of 3-0 early in the 3rd period. And so as the period went on, the Cardinals had a high hill to climb, and given how the offense really wasn't doing a whole lot in the first couple periods, it seemed like they might already be out, but never count the Cardinals out. Am I right? So they score 3 unanswered goals. One of those, the game-tying goal, in fact, with 63 seconds to play. Bridger Begich scores the game winner. He also assisted on a goal by Mason Butler earlier in the period, and so Bridger Begich got the Pizza Boys player of the game last night, so he's going to get himself a pepperoni pizza from Soldana Pizza Boys for that one. Congratulations to him for that. But not only did he get in the assist column, but he got in the goal column. The other goal scored, other than the one by Isaac Potton, was on a power play, and that was Ryder Gagnon scored that one. So nice to see some of these upperclassmen, juniors, getting into the scoring column for the Cardinals early this season and scoring some points. Unfortunately, that 4-on-4 situation, the Cardinals did have a one-man advantage with the game tied at 3 with a minute to play, and interference was called on Will Howard, his 4th penalty of the night last night. And in that 4-on-4, with only 18 seconds to go in the game, the Moose tied it up. So that's how things shook out last night. Cardinals trying to right the ship against a very talented Wasilla Warriors, the only Division I squad at the Peninsula Ice Challenge this season. We'll talk about that and more, and we'll get your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups when we come back on the Sweeney's pregame show. You're listening to High School Hockey on KSRM.
Are you a high school junior or senior who wants to get a Peninsula
90, gotcha.
participate in the Jumpstart program? Save $161 per college credit up to their first 30 credits. Call 907-262-0330. Again, 907-262-0330 for more information.
Hey folks, when's the last time that you serviced your trailer? Don't wait till it's too late. Head over to White Spruce Trailer on Cave Beach Road and get your annual service done right. From bearing repacks to full inspections, they do it all. Even bodywork, electrical, welding, and more. Don't want to do it yourself? You don't have to. Visit White Spruce Trailer Sales on Cave Beach Road, your one-stop shop for trailer sales, service, and repairs. Check them out on Facebook or at whitespruce.com. White Spruce Trailer Sales, where your trailer gets treated right. White Spruce Trailer Sales. Roofing products, laminate, and designer shingle installation experts. Built for durability, style, and long-term protection. Whether you're starting fresh or replacing the old, they've got the crew, the shingles, and the certifications to deliver top-tier results. Call today to schedule your estimate, and let's get to work. 907-262-3996. That's 907-262-3996.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is the new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
The Sweeney's Clothing pregame show continues with today's starting lineups, brought to you by Genoir Towing and Recovery.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Time now for your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. If you need a tow or help recovering a vehicle or heavy equipment, call Genoir Towing and Recovery at 907-394-6068. Again, that's 907-394-6068 for Genoir Towing and Recovery, proud sponsor of starting lineups this season. Okay, we'll get it off with the Wasilla Warriors, the visiting team. They have a sophomore and a freshman in their starting lineup, as well as a sophomore in goal, but both of their goaltenders are sophomores on the varsity this season. The starting forwards for the Wasilla Warriors tonight: a sophomore wearing the number 3, Elijah Barcelona. He'll be at the left wing position. At right wing, wearing number 13, a freshman, Brecken Stiers. He actually has an older brother that's on the team as well, and what I was told is look for the bigger of the two. The bigger of the two is the younger of the two. So the freshman is the bigger brother. Also on the starting lineup is a senior, number 23, Robert Michalacki, and that is the centerpiece of this Warriors offense. The defenseman for the Warriors tonight, wearing number 8, a senior defenseman, is Chase Malmstrom, and a junior, number 22, defenseman Jacob Johnson. In the goal tonight for the Wasilla Warriors is a sophomore, number 32, Elijah Kelly. Here's your Genoir starters for your Kenai Cardinals. Wearing the number 13, he'll be playing center, a senior, Will Howard. A wing player, number 27, senior Noah Hallam. And the other forward for the Cardinals tonight is another senior. That's number 29, Isaac Potton. We talked about him during the pregame show. Had a great game last night, 2 assists. Got his season started off with a pair of points. The defenseman for the Cardinals starters tonight, wearing number 12, and number 12 in school, a senior, Lily Langham. That's the daughter of assistant coach Ben Langham. And then number 14, a senior defenseman, Cameron Schwinn. In the net tonight is another senior. That is goalie Evan Witt, wearing the number 31 for the Kenai Cardinals. That is your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. The teams making their way out onto the ice now, as the referees have given them the okay. They held off letting the players get onto the ice a little bit long, similar to last night, because there's a couple wet spots on the rink here at the Kenai Multipurpose Facility. And that's just, you don't want that. You want to make sure that the ice is nice and dried off and very frozen. So now that the ice is good and playable, they're letting the kids out, the players out to warm up. They'll get those done, and we'll have the national anthem. We'll step aside here in just a moment for the national anthem. But before we go there, just a couple notes about this Cardinals squad. Will Howard, of all the returning players, he led the team last year. Of course, there were some graduating players last year that had more points, vis-a-vis Logan Meese, Avery Martin, and a couple others. But Will Howard had 22 points last season, 7 goals, and 15 assists. Also, another player who had several goals for the Cardinals last season, the defenseman, Cameron Schwinn. So Cameron, who's on the starting lineup tonight, had 6 goals and 4 assists last year for a total of 10. And then another one to keep your eye on, obviously, is the big returner, another one for the Cardinals, son of head coach Steve Hallam. Noah had 11 points, 2 goals, and 9 assists. So you'll hear the big difference between what we see, or rather probably will expect, from players like Will Howard and Noah Hallam this year, is that they're going to have to transition a little bit from being facilitators and score creators with all the assists, and they're going to have to start putting more shots on net. And I think that's part of the adjustment that the Cardinals were trying to, the growing pains from last year to this year with the absence of Meese and Martin, is that the Cardinals have assist players, role players, and guys that were very great in supportive roles, finding the ways to get the puck to Meese and Martin, that now are going to need to be the primary scorers for this team. So it's an adjustment, and they're starting to find that rhythm, and we'll see how that goes for them as they announce the starters on the ice tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see them making their way out. And if you're listening, you're just going to have to take my word for it. They're coming out to the blue line right now with the starters. We'll step aside for the national anthem. You're listening to the Sweeney's pregame show. When we come back, it's your opening face-off, brought to you by Floor Amber right here on KSRM 9.
We're so tickled to all the holiday music, Christmas music and holiday hits 2025 playlists. Listen on Spotify.
On the season for the Cardinals, they look to get things into the win column tonight after a loss against the Moose yesterday. What are you hoping to see from the Cardinals tonight, Tucker?
I want to see more of what we saw in the third period last night. A little more fluid skating, passing to each other, and a lot more shots on goal for sure.
So Tucker tonight has the assignment of tracking the forechecking. So we're going to watch and see how the Cardinals' forecheck is tonight. He's going to give us an update during the intermissions on what he saw in terms of forechecking for the Cardinals, and maybe a little bit for the Warriors as well. Okay, 15 minutes on the clock. Your opening faceoff is just around the corner. The Cardinals wearing their white home jerseys with the black pants, and the white socks with the red and black horizontal stripes. They'll be skating right to left. in the opening period. The Warriors in their all red tops and bottoms with the red helmets. They'll be skating left to right. In the net for the Warriors, it's the sophomore Elijah Kelly. For the Cardinals, it's Evan Witt. Cardinals send their players out onto the ice, and here's your Floor Ever opening face-off. Your hometown flooring professionals located off East Poppy on K Beach Road. Call 907-260-9270. Will Howard and Robert Mikulecki on the opening draw, and Mikulecki gets the better of this one. Stiers quickly taking it into the offensive zone, has the puck poked away as Howard grabs it in his own circle to the right of Witt. Langham wraps it around to the near side, grabbed at the point on the near side. Now Potton comes away with it, feeds it ahead to Noah Hallam, gets a stick on it into the low slot, tries to rip off his shot, but Johnson knocks that one down for the Warriors. Howard picks it up in the far corner, finds Potton. Potton tries to shovel it along, going to be cut off by Chase Malmstrom, and Malmstrom will feed it ahead. Now Mikulecki crossing the blue line, just staying onside was Barcelona. Puck taken away by Hallam. Nice job there, but loses it at center ice. And we'll get a little challenge. Back and forth it goes. Mead sprinting onto the rink, gets an immediate touch on the puck, bringing it into the offensive end in the right side for the Warriors. And now Shackley will gather it as the Cardinals clear it back out. Johnson feeds it ahead. Schwinn takes it away. Laser beams it back up the far wall. Mead will chase it down there, being harassed from behind by Gagnon. Malmstrom grabs it behind his own net. Waits for his offense to get set up so the Warriors can make a move into the far corner. Johnson ahead to Shackley. Shackley to Mead. Mead pass into the slot as he takes it into the offensive zone. Cut off by Butler. Butler with a nice move. The Cardinals already skating much better tonight than they were last night. Butler has it on the far board, loses it. Hagel can't keep it from going into the offensive zone, and the Warriors are offside. So we'll get a face-off at center ice. 13 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in the opening period. The Warriors and the Cardinals tied up at nothing apiece on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Those of you from the Valley, Wasilla Warriors fans, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you tuning in and watching this game. Warriors win the face-off. Now send it up the far board, sneaks past everybody. It's going to be picked up there by Brett Goldsby. There's a shot, but it's blocked by Goldsby as he loses the puck. Warriors control it. Pass into the circle, missed by Caden Shackley, the junior. Couldn't get a stick on that one. It goes all the way down into the Wasilla end, and is a pass attempt toward the corner is deflected up and out of play off the stick of Mason Butler. 13:04 to play. In the opening period, we had about a minute and a half of uninterrupted play before we had a face-off, and now another one here about 30 seconds later. This face-off will be to the right of Elijah Kelly. Caden Jurdy on the draw against the Elder Stiers for the Warriors. Stiers coming up with that one, racing across the red line, left to right, takes it into the offensive zone in the left circle, shoots, and covered up by Evan Witt, his first save of the night. So only one shot on goal thus far for the Warriors, which is an improvement for the Cardinals from last night, where Evan Witt was incredibly busy, had 42 shots on goal last night from a Moose team that honestly didn't look very put together offensively. So the Cardinals defense already a little bit sharper tonight. Stiers and Jurdy on the face-off to the right of Witt in the Cardinals zone. Stiers gets that one. Puck down behind the Cardinals net. Taken away. Jurdy up the far wall. Moving right to left. Bounces it off the wall. The linesman goes down as he gets jammed in between a couple Cardinals. Third line on the ice for the Cardinals now. Jurdy takes the puck away. The freshman has looked very solid the last couple nights. Dominic Smith takes a big shoulder from Strick by the Warriors, and Strick will clear it back to Thompson. Strick overled on a pass attempt, and this is going to be icing. Riak was the defenseman trying to feed that one ahead to Strick. Overled him just a little bit, and now looks like we're going to get our first lines back out on the ice with 12:17 to play in the opening period. No score for either team on your Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Face-off will be to the left of Kelly. Isaac Potton getting the draw for the Cardinals this time against Mikulecki. Howard picks up the puck and then overskates it. Loses it back to Mikulecki. Langham keeps it in. Pass to Howard. Howard at the high slot. Puck loose. Potton picks it up. Now Howard there. A shot batted down by Noah Hallam. Had the baseball swing, but couldn't get the puck on net. Now it's up against the midboard on the near side. Cardinals keeping it into the offensive zone. Hallam tries a shot, blocked by the defense, then slapped down by the Warriors defender. Hallam had another chance at a pass in the slot, but that one just went wide. Not a great touch. And the Cardinals with some nice offensive pressure as the puck is cleared out to the neutral zone. And the Warriors will regroup. Puck goes out of play. Schwinn and Stiers getting tangled up there. 11 minutes and 36 seconds left to play in the opening period. Cardinals already, I don't know, you think look a little sharper than they did last night.
Absolutely.
So we'll get a face-off in neutral ice. It'll be Caden Shackley and Will Howard as then we get a second line for the Warriors versus the first line for the Cardinals. See how this one pans out. Shot goes on goal from behind the blue line. Shot from Jacob Johnson, the defenseman, into the catching glove of Evan Witt. Second save of the night for Witt, who is saving pucks at a slower clip than he was last night, and I'm sure he's happy about that. Face off to his right, goes right to the Warriors. A little backhanded shoveler toward the net by Branson Hagel. And another quick save for Witt, but that one not much of a challenge. It didn't have a lot of juice on it. 11:26 to play. No score between the Cardinals and Warriors in Kenai. Peninsula Ice Challenge, day 2. Face off to the right of Witt. Won by the Warriors. A shot goes wide of the net. Grabbed by Clayton Cooper. Puck briefly kept in the offensive zone. And now Howard will bank it off the far wall ahead to Potton. Potton's going to shovel it along down behind the goal line. Shackley's there to pick it up, but he overskates it. Potton has a chance. It's right in front of the net. But Howard could not get a good stick on it, and a golden opportunity for the Cardinals passes. Here come the Warriors back the other way. Down in behind the net is 19, but I don't have him. Oh, excuse me, that was 49. That was Dylan Mead. Cardinals get it back into the offensive zone. Backhanded pass looking for somebody in the low slot, but that's cut off by Hagel. Hagel will take it himself into the offensive end, moving left to right. Loses the puck, pushed off it by the younger Meese. Max Meese, the freshman, now battling for it against the flat board. Hagel is there, comes away with it up the near side. Trying to find the right wing. Malmstrom, a redirect, goes wide of the net. The shot from Malmstrom was on target, and then the deflection took it away. Mason Butler takes it, a little touch pass ahead to Bridger Begich. Had 2 points last night. Loses the puck in the offensive end. Warriors cleared out. Meese, cross-ice pass, looking for Gregory, excuse me. Now here's Begich. He'll bring it up the near side. Harassed by Malmstrom. Now he's spun around. Centering pass goes right through the slot, but nobody was there. And the Warriors will take it right back into neutral ice. But Begich takes it away at the left wing. He'll wrap it around, ride the rail over to the far corner. Johnson cuts it off behind his net. Warriors on defense. Cardinals with possession. Centering pass from Gagnon, cut off by Stiers. Oh. And now a shot right in front. What a block by Kelly. Begich has to move it over to the far corner. The Cardinals almost break through. Now another nice pass, but that one actually a little bit off target. Cardinals maintaining some solid offensive possession. A penalty coming, so here comes Witt. Cardinals are going to skate a man up. Behind the net is Butler, and his pass is taken away by Gavin Blaylock. So this is going to be, I believe, a cross check or perhaps boarding against the Warriors. Penalty at 5 minutes and 47 seconds. And it looked like he called roughing. And then see that cross checking. First penalty of the night against Wasilla. So the Cardinals will have a man advantage. Again, the penalty at 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
Seems like Kenai has been having a lot more opportunities at the goal today.
Absolutely. Johnson with that penalty. Cardinals win the face-off. They're going to keep it in at the right wing. Back down to the near side. Gagnon, shot, but it's over the top of the net. And the Warriors will slap it clear all the way down to the other end. As you said, yeah, the Cardinals playing with a lot more fervor in their skates tonight. Hallam takes a touch pass, but can't control it. Gagnon's there to save it and clean it up. Cross-ice pass into the center. There's a one-timer for Hallam, but he can't get good wood on it, and so it goes into the near corner. Cardinals with control in the offensive end. They're playing right to left in the first period. 8 minutes and 39 seconds to play. 1:25 on the power play. Shot from the high slot by Howard. Knocked down by the defenseman. Howard takes it right back in and has it stabbed away. Mikulecki is going to pick it up and clear it out Barcelona will try and chase it down. Schwinn is there, and Witt does a nice job of finding Howard, who moves the puck up the far board side. Backhanded pass to Hallam. Hallam trying to touch it across to Gagnon as they move right to left into the far corner. Warriors will take it back, but they haven't cleared it out quite yet. Schwinn does a nice job keeping it at the left wing, finds Howard, and then Howard has his stick poked up and away, and the Warriors will clear it out. The Warriors bench wants a penalty on Howard, but nothing is called. 45 seconds to play in the one-man advantage for the Cardinals. Their first power play of the night. Noah Hallam gathers it behind his own net in the right end. Hallam, cross-ice pass, looking for Schwinn. Schwinn, head-manning pass for Howard. Howard will take it off the board and just slaps it into the offensive zone and immediately taken back by the Warriors, but they can't clear it out too far. Schwinn has it. His pass intended for Jurdy, cut off, and the Warriors cleared out, and they'll send a whole bunch of fresh skates out on the ice with 15 seconds to play in the power play. Here come the Cardinals. Jurdy underled a little bit, but what a move by Butler, keeping the puck. Deeks throws it. Jurdy with a shot on goal and a glove save by Kelly. Caden Jurdy was right there, and Butler and Jurdy have communicated very well last night. In fact, the game-tying goal for Bridger Begich last night started over at the right wing, where both Jurdy and Butler were working together to secure the puck. As the power play expires, the Warriors clear it out, and Witt will gather it behind his own net. Gets it to Goldsby in the near corner. Cardinals did not score on that power play. Both teams back to full strength, and now quickly another penalty coming. We'll see who this is against. It's going to go against Kenai, and so the Warriors will now have a power play. Penalty at 7 minutes and 2 seconds. 8 minutes and 2 seconds into the first period. And it was roughing. And that's going to go against Brett Goldsby. So a man advantage for the Warriors now. With 6:58 left to play in the opening period. Face off to the left of Witt, won by the Warriors. Malmstrom takes it to the left wing, surveys there, and he'll chop it down to Meade outside the circle in the corner. He'll work his way up top, down underneath the goal line, back up top. Here's Malmstrom. Malmstrom near side for Barcelona. Barcelona's shot is up and out of play, deflected off the stick of Cameron Schwinn. 6:39 left to play in the opening period. Still no score between the Warriors and the Cardinals. A minute 41 on the penalty kill for Kenai. Wherever you may be and however you may be tuning into tonight's game, thank you for making high school hockey on KSRM part of your night. Face off to the left of Witt, Jurdy, and Meade. Face off won by Meade, shot wide of the net, goes over to the left wing, kept in there by Malmstrom. Now he's going to slide along the blue line, rips off a shot, but that one is jammed up in some traffic and goes over to the far corner, picked up by Meade. Meade into the far circle, spins away from Jurdy, up top to Malmstrom. Malmstrom from the blue line, high slot, near side, Barcelona, shot wide of the net through the crease into the far corner, and Meade with it again, back to Malmstrom. Malmstrom, shot, glove save by Witt. 6:08 left to play in the opening period. Cardinals and Warriors tied up tighter than an amateur's fishing line, is what I like to say. No score with 1:10 to go in the Warriors power play. Witt getting a fresh stick. Guessing either he had personal problems with that other one, or more than likely it had a crack or broke. Face off to his right goes to the Warriors. Cross ice pass to Barcelona on the near side. Has a hard time controlling it. Has to take it off the wall, and he'll wrap it around to the far corner. Picked up there by Meade. Backhanded touch. Meade in the circle. Shoots wide of the net, or rather jerks it inside off the glass. Barcelona with it. Near circle. Spins away from Isaac Potton. Malmstrom, top of the key. There's a shot wide of the net from Barcelona. Over to the far side. Meade with it. 41 seconds left in the power play. Warriors controlling it. Cross ice. Barcelona. High slot. Goes to Malmstrom. Malmstrom. Shot and a goal. Malmstrom, assisted by Barcelona, puts the Warriors on the board at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So that is one in the books for the Warriors. Malmstrom with the wrist shot from just inside the blue line, and it's 1-0, Wasilla on top in the first period. Malmstrom continuing his scoring ways from last year, and we'll see what the official scorer says. Right now, I've got Malmstrom assisted by Barcelona. We'll see if they give a secondary assist on that. We'll turn up the crowd mic and see if we can't hear that. Both teams back to full strength. Cardinals have a quick chance, but that one's covered up. Mason Butler was right there trying to jab it in as the Cardinals quickly took it into the offensive zone. And so with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to play, Cardinals trail the Warriors 1-0. Mason Butler on the faceoff to the left of Elijah Kelly. Butler with the faceoff win. Schwinn can't keep it in, so the Cardinals will have to tag up. Puck taken away by Parker. Begich has it, harassed by Moose. Now Butler tries to split a wedge, loses it. Begich cleans it up at neutral ice. Schwinn to Langham. Langham will shovel it down into the far corner in the left end, and they're going to call that icing. Langham was just behind the red line. So 4:54 left to play in the opening period. It's 1-0. Warriors on top of the Cardinals. We'll head down to the right end of the rink where the Cardinals are defending the right side. Cardinals skating right to left here in the opening period. Warriors left to right. Will Howard in the first line back on for the Cardinals. Stiers challenges Howard for it. The puck goes up and out of play over to the bleachers across from us. We're actually situated on a scaffold up behind the scoring booth, which is a nice vantage point. It's much easier to call hockey when you can see down. Ice level is not good for hockey. Looking down, that's a good vantage point. Face off to the right of Witt, won by the Cardinals. Potton comes away with it, right to left into center ice. Headman's a pass to Noah Hallam up the near side into the circle and into the corner. Backhands it to Potton. Potton back to Hallam behind the goal line in the net into the far corner. But Potton cut off by a nice back-checking Nicholas Harma, the defenseman. And now quickly, here come the Warriors. Shot, and that one's off the outside of the net. A wraparound attempt, but it's cut off by the Cardinals as Witt was way out of position, and that one was a wide-open net if the Warriors could have gotten it. And the Cardinals will ice it, so a good save by Witt, and nice job by the Cardinals defense to keep an even better scoring opportunity from materializing for the Warriors. 4:17 to play in the opening period. Wasilla on top of Kenai. In Kenai, 1-0 on the Robert Miklecki goal, Chase Malmstrom goal. Speaking of Malmstrom, has the puck off the faceoff in the far circle to the right of Witt. Cross ice pass to the right wing for Jacob Johnson. He dumps one down to Stiers in the corner. Puck back up the near side. Dominic Smith comes away with it. And he is pushed off the puck very quickly by Johnson and Mikulecki, who will back it up into their own zone in the left end and regroup. 3:53 to play in the opening period. Malmstrom with the puck. Now to the near side for Jacob Johnson. Johnson back to Malmstrom. Warriors in no real rush. Dominic Smith, nice forecheck there, trying to get the puck back. Puck goes ahead to Easton Stiers, and he can't control it. But then a bad pass and a touch by the Cardinals almost turns into a bad turnover. Instead, they'll get it back. Cooper wraps it around his own end to the near side. Mikulecki is there to gobble it up. Puck bounces back out to neutral ice. Cardinals control it as Petty throws it down the farboard side and ices it. So we'll get a face-off in the Cardinals' end. Brett Goldsby frustrated as he comes off the ice. 3:14 to play in the opening period. Cardinals and Warriors separated by just a goal. Warriors scoring that one on a power play earlier in the period. Face off to the right of Witt. It'll be Mason Butler and Caden Shackley. Second line center for the Warriors. Face off goes to the Warriors. Quick shot, doesn't make it on goal. Deflects off a defenseman and up and out of play. Off the stick of Shackley. Over behind the Cardinals bench. Generally, we're pretty safe up here in this scaffold from errant pucks that go flying up out of play because there's no netting on this side, obviously on the side of the players' benches. But I have occasionally had to Highlander deflect pucks away from myself up here. Face off to the left of Witt. Butler and Shackley again. And a whistle. Comes to nothing. Warriors get the puck. Hagel, a quick shot off the face-off. Nicely blocked by Witt. Here's Gagnon with it. Makes a nice stop. Head-manning pass looking for Bridger Begich. 2 points last night, a goal and an assist. He'll dump it down in, and Butler will chase, but can't quite get to the puck faster than Jacob Johnson. Johnson loses it. Picked up by, that's Hagel. Cardinals keep it in at the right wing. Pass into the slot. Begich fighting for it. It's loose, but the Cardinals will not get to it. Mead chases it down first. He'll take it behind his own net. Over to the far wall. Skating left to right. Into open ice. But puck poked away from behind. And the Cardinals, they'll wave off icing as this one goes down behind the Warriors goal line. 2:19 to play in the opening period. Warriors on top 1-0. Mead ahead to Shackley. Shackley has it poked away. And now Butler will try and keep Shackley from getting to the puck and have some friends show up to help out instead. The Warriors get it back. Mead finds Hagel across the blue line. And the Warriors will give it right back. Langham trying to move it up the far wall. There's a quick shot on goal and a save by Witt as that possession looked like it was going to go back to the Cardinals, quickly taken over by the Warriors, and they make the most of it. Almost. All the way the most of it would be obviously a goal. But Evan Witt says no. 1-0 is the lead for the Warriors in the first period, 1:54 to play. First line for the Cardinals back on the ice. Howard wins the draw to the right of Witt. Headmans a pass up to Hallam. Hallam up the near wall into Warriors ice. Down behind the net, backhands a pass over to the far corner looking for Howard. Langham will have to pick this one up at neutral ice, and then she's beat. Here we go, a shot on goal. Rebound, watch out, but it's knocked out of the way. Shot on goal was from Gavin Blaylock, the left wing. Had a breakaway chance almost. Puck over in the far corner now. Another great save for Evan Witt. And the Cardinals take it back 3-on-2. Here's Howard across the blue line. Pushed off the puck. Potton, a centering pass to Hallam, and he couldn't find the net. Langham tries to dump one down into the low slot. Potton couldn't quite get there quickly enough, though. And some missed opportunities for the Cardinals. A centering pass goes way past the blue line. Brett Goldsby coming off the bench gathers it up. Under a minute to play now in the opening period. A shot ricochets off a stick and goes wide of the net. In the Warriors' end, they're skating left to right. They control the puck and they dump it into their own bench. That was Easton Stiers, the senior. A bad touch and almost hits his own bench in the face. 51 seconds to play in the opening period. Warriors lead 1-0. Relatively clean period, just one penalty for each team. And the lone goal by Chase Malmstrom is the difference here in this one. Caden Jurdy, the exciting freshman, on the draw against Mikulecki, gets the better of that one. Wrapped around to the far side, and the Cardinals will collect it at neutral ice, and they get back on side. Dominic Smith was stuck in the offensive zone. Warriors with the puck. They headman a pass, but it goes off a Cardinal. Caden Jurdy with it. Bounces it off the nearboard side, looking for Dominic Smith. Malmstrom will take that one away in the defensive end for the Cardinals, and he'll keep it. Finds a man up the far side, and he is leveled by Petty. Eric Petty, the senior for the Cardinals, playing like he had a score to settle there for a second. Now the puck loose up into the Cardinals bench. So this is like the fourth time we've had a puck go up into a bench out of play in the opening period. Just 14 seconds left to play. Cardinals and Warriors. Warriors on top by a single goal. It's 1-0. Cardinals have limited the scoring chances for Wasilla. A different story than last night. Face off to the left of Witt in the right end. Mikulecki and and Butler. Face off won by the Warriors. Under 10 seconds to play. Johnson tries to get a shot off. That one goes off the outside of the net. Now it's trapped there, and we'll get a dead puck whistle. And we'll get a face off to the right of Witt in the Cardinals' end with 2.4 seconds to play in the opening period. Coming up, it's the first intermission. The intermission report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Stick around for that. Face off goes down behind the goal line. Cardinals will clear it out, and that'll take us to the end of the first period. 1-0 Warriors after a period in the books. Coming up, that intermission report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Owners, auto insurance, homeowners, life insurance, and investing opportunities with locations in Kenai and Soldotna. Warriors on top by a goal here after one. Back in a minute on KSRM.
If you're deciding which flowers to plant this year, one thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose a protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai and now also at the Soldotna Y.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge. There's nothing like a small town. It's real community. And that's one of the reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
The high school hockey intermission continues with State Farm agent Chrissy Babcock intermission report with highlight stats and game recaps. Let's return rinkside with today's broadcast team.
Welcome back to the Kenai Multi-Purpose Facility. Nick Sorrell and Tucker Blau ringside with you. Cardinals trailing the Wasilla Warriors. Game 2 of the Peninsula Ice Challenge. First ice hockey of the high school season always happens down here on the Peninsula. We love the Peninsula Ice Challenge, and we always love these teams that make their way down to join us. Stars and Cardinals obviously are always going to be a part of that. It is the Intermission Report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, and investing opportunities. Call today, 907-283-7116 in Kenai and 907-262-4440 in Soldotna. Like a good neighbor, Christy and her team are there for you. Well, it's 1-0 Warriors after one period of play, and the Warriors broke through 9 minutes and 30 seconds into the first period. A power play goal by Chase Malmstrom, assisted by Elijah Barcelona. Barcelona had the primary assist. There may have been a secondary in there. We'll have to check with the official score, see what they got. But that was a nice cross-ice feed from Barcelona at the right wing over to Malmstrom at the left wing. And he didn't miss with the wrist shot. Got Evan Witt, who's hard to get a puck by. Beat him over his left shoulder. Went top shelf for the goal. And that's the only goal in the game right now. Just 2 penalties in the opening period. One for the Cardinals. It was roughing against Brett Goldsby, and that, of course, led to the Wasilla penalty. Cardinals did have a power play. 2 minutes for cross-checking at 5 minutes and 47 seconds against Jacob Johnson, the junior defenseman for the Warriors. But the Cardinals unable to break through in that penalty. Last night, between the Cardinals and the Palmer Moose, we had 4 power play goals out of 7 goals scored. So Cardinals gave up 2 power play goals last night, 1 power play goal tonight, but there were a lot of penalties in last night's game. So Cardinals playing much cleaner tonight than they were last night. And then you were talking in the interim before we came back with the intermission report about the Cardinals were just playing a little bit, you thought, a little cleaner and a little better tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a lot crisper. They're getting a lot more opportunities right in front of the goal. Unfortunately, they're not quite executing that shot when they have those opportunities, but they should start to get it together here.
We saw Noah Hallam and Isaac Potton both had just golden chances with the puck right there in front of the net, and hit it wide, jerked it left, pushed it right a couple times. One goes over the net, and so, but we like to think that those will start to land and they'll make the most of those opportunities. So tell me about forechecking. Did you see anything in the first period from either team that you thought they looked like they were doing a decent job on?
Yeah. From what I understand, they were, when the defender had the ball, when they had the ball back behind the goal there, I saw one from Dominic Smith there.
Okay, yeah.
I saw a few others. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it looks like they're doing an excellent job trying to get the puck back when they need it.
Okay, all right. And you did the same thing that we always do when we go from football to hockey season, calling it a ball. I'll do it during the game. You'll hear me a lot of times during the first couple weeks of hockey season saying, hey, they're banging the ball off the flatboard or moving the ball up the ice, stuff like that. So anyway, time for your shots and saves, brought to you by 3T Detailing. Shots and saves, 3T Detailing, your defense against a dirty vehicle. Find them on Facebook or call 907-252-3960. Shots and saves brought to you by 3T Detailing. In the first period, Cardinals had 4 shots on goal, and the sophomore goaltender for the Warriors, Elijah Kelly, a perfect 4 saves. So Cardinals, like you said, they had those scoring opportunities, but just were not converting them into shots on goal. The Kenai Cardinals, the Wasilla Warriors, 9 shots on goal against Evan Witt, 8 saves. The only one that got past Witt in the first period, that wrist shot from Malmstrom, that is the difference after 1 period of play. Cardinals trail the Warriors 1-0 in day 2 of the Peninsula Ice Challenge. That's your first intermission report, brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. When we come back, second period action underway right here on KSRM and streaming on YouTube on Peninsula Sports Live.
Hey neighbors, good news from Odyssey Family Practice. Megan Stanley is now here full-time and your provider knows you, listens, and treats you like more than just a number. That's Megan. Call 907-313-4569 to get on her schedule today. That's 313-4569. Odyssey Family Practice.
For years, Morgan Steel has proudly supported local sports, vocational programs, and community activities because a strong community starts with strong support. They're cheering on all our local teams and athletes this season. Good luck out there. For all your steel and metal needs, Morgan Steel has you covered with a full range of products and expert service. Plus, their partnership with Central Welding Supplies ensures top-quality materials you can trust. Call 907-283-7136. Morgan Steel, building Alaska strong. Looking for family fun no matter what the weather? Come to Jumpin' Junction on K Beach Road. They've got blacklight mini golf, giant inflatables, thrilling VR experience that'll blow your mind, and all your favorite arcade games. Need a break? Grab some tasty snacks and drinks and get back in the action. Planning a party? Jumpin' Junction is the spot for unforgettable fall and winter birthday celebrations. Jumpin' Junction, where there's fun for the whole family on K Beach Road. Open daily Monday through Sunday. Check Facebook for hours of operation.
Picture this, a number in your hand, hope fading by the minute. A voice crackles through the overhead speaker.
Now serving B47 and window 11.
Oh, that's my number. Wait, is that window even open?
No. You've entered the DMV, a place where time stands still and paperwork spreads like a creeping fog. Now picture yourself at AK Express tags, titles, and registrations in Soldotna. No lines, no disappearing windows, just fast, local service AK Express.
Winter roads can be brutal, but your drive doesn't have to be. Alaska Bolt & Chain helps drivers hold it together with quality winter tire chains built to handle Alaska's toughest conditions. Whether it's ice, snow, or slush, they carry the perfect fit for any vehicle, giving Alaskans the confidence and traction they need to keep moving. Don't get stuck. Get traction you can trust. Call 907-262-7983 or visit Alaska Bolt & Chain on the Spur Highway in Soldotna. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's getting chilly out there, and Sweeney's Clothing has you covered. Right now, hats, socks, and gloves are 20% off just in time for the season. Clearance footwear for the whole family is 40 to 50% off. That's huge savings on boots, shoes, and more. Need something new? All regular footwear is 15% off too. Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna, your workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
When you own a home, decisions can have a lot of gray area.
Okay, which paint color? Misty gray, mountain gray, or greyhound gray?
What about whispering gray?
Home insurance can feel like it has gray area too. That's why State Farm has local agents to help you choose the right coverage for your needs. So get out of the gray.
Let's just go red.
And help protect your home with a good neighbor.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent. still in Kenai, and now also at the Soldotna Y.
Hi, this is Michelle, the 340B Program Coordinator at Peninsula Community Health Services. What is 340B? It's a program that provides prescribed medications at a greatly reduced price. This is a remarkable program for PCHS patients who have no insurance or for those who have high deductibles or copays. Patients that have had a qualifying visit in the last 12 months with one of our eligible providers may participate in this program at no charge. To find out how the 340B program can help you with medication costs, contact 262-3119.
Peninsula Community Health Services, healthcare for all.
Officer Sabinans talking with Steve. If you're thinking about that perfect gift, why not make your first stop Beanan's Variety?
Hey, Matt, we have lots of great ideas for you, and it's never too early to start shopping for that magical day in December that's coming up. We have lots of wind chimes and journals, mugs and teapots, slippers. We stock Playmobil and Brooder imaginative toys. We have puzzles and games, and the list goes on and on.
You'll find that perfect gift with a stop in the Beanan's located on the Kenai Expo Highway in Soldotna.
Head on down to Country Foods in Kenai. This week, pick up USDA boneless chuck steaks and roast, just $6.99 a pound. Snack healthy with red or green grapes for only $2.29 a pound. And grab a hachia persimmon, just $1.89 each. Stock up on hot house tomatoes on the vine, just $1.69 a pound. And jumbo yellow onions for just 79 cents a pound. And while you're there, swing by the deli. Hot meals fresh and ready for your lunch break. Country Foods in Kenai. Buy fresh, spend less. Winter in Alaska, where hockey pucks fly faster than your truck warms up. If one of those pucks, or maybe an icy driveway, takes out a tooth, don't worry. Gentle Dental in Soldotna can handle it. From chips and cracks to cleanings and crowns, they'll keep your smile in the game. They're local, friendly, and accepting new patients now. So skate on in or call 907-262-8834. Gentle Dental, keeping Alaskan smiles shining no matter how hard winter hits.
Are you looking for a trusted healthcare provider for your whole family? Central Peninsula Family Practice and Pediatrics has you covered. From newborn checkups to senior care and everything in between, our friendly providers deliver person-centered care tailored to your needs. With 2 convenient locations in Kenai and Soldotna, we're here to help you stay healthy at every age and stage of life. Now accepting walk-ins and same-day appointments. Learn more at cpgh.org or call 907-714-411 today.
Do you own a business or have a commercial lot that needs winter maintenance services like snow plowing, snow removal, sanding, or salting? Steam on Wheels is the company to call for all your commercial winter maintenance needs. Steam on Wheels provides 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week winter monitoring of your site to ensure your site is safe and maintained when you need it. If you have a commercial property that you need winter maintenance services done, call Steam on Wheels at 907-262-3240.
Dan's Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam? Do they even make cars? Oh.
Look, no matter what side of the car the steering wheel's on, we got you covered. Dan's Automotive, serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Are you a high school junior or senior who wants to get a head start on your college career? KPC's Jumpstart program is for you. Thanks to the Kenai Peninsula. Call 907-262-0330. Again, 907-262-0330 for more information.
Welcome back to high school hockey as we head toward the second period, the first intermission wrapping up. Halloween hockey tonight. So wherever you are, hopefully you're enjoying your Halloween safely and responsibly, I might add. Nick Sorrell here along with Tucker Blau. Caleb Manuel, our broadcast producer, back in our KBH studio. And for those of you watching on YouTube, we have Keith Crawford operating the camera and running the YouTube broadcast. So any favorite Halloween memories for you growing up, Tucker?
Not really. I never had the opportunity to go trick-or-treating.
Oh, you not a trick-or-treating fan?
No,
okay.
unfortunately not. But we would, step outside the door. and knock on our own door and have our parents hand us candy. We like the candy still, so.
Yeah, you like the candy still. So, yeah, that's the problem I have annually every year. I have 4 kids, and so they all bring a whole bunch of candy back. And as a parent, it is my duty to teach them moderation by limiting the amount of candy that they have at their disposal. And so I take that candy and I consume it. And so in a way I teach them moderation, and then in a way I don't teach them moderation because I'm obviously eating too much candy. Team's about to get back on the ice here as the referees back out there. And we mentioned it in the Sweeney's pregame show. The ice here at Kenai tends to take a little bit longer to freeze after the Zamboni hits it. So they've been holding the players off the ice just a little bit longer last night and tonight. We'll see things get cleared up. At one point last night before the third period started, they actually had to get a squeegee out in front of the net on the right side of the rink and try and push some water around. There's a couple low spots at the rink here at the Kenai Multi-Purpose Facility. One of them is right there behind that, behind the net on the right side of the rink. It kind of gets a little bit of a puddle there. So right now the officials still out checking things, and now they'll wave the players onto the ice. So we'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back with your second period opening face-off, brought to you by Forever on KSRM and Peninsula Sports Live.
Dam Construction and Roofing here on the Peninsula is your trusted roofing company. From shingle roofing and installation and repair to installation of EPDM roofing or even metal roofing installation and repair, Dam Construction and Roofing has you covered. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with 24-hour emergency services available. Over 60 years of combined roofing experience. Drew is certified by Malarkey Roofing Products and can offer warranty on Malarkey Roofing Products as well. Call them today, 907-262-3996.
If you've been involved in an accident or had a catastrophic injury, negotiating with insurance companies on your own is fraught. Insurance companies want to maximize their profits, and that means minimizing a fair and just resolution to you. They don't want to pay. Elsner and Cooley, we can help you get that fair and true value.
This is News Talk 92, KSRM, Soldotna Kenai Homer.
Welcome back to high school hockey in Kenai. It's day 2 of the Peninsula Ice Challenge. Nick Sorrell here along with Tucker Blau and our broadcast producer Caleb Manuel back in our K-Beach studio. It's 1-0 Wasilla after 1 period of play. Teams making their way out onto the ice. Cardinals skating left to right in the second period. Warriors right to left. Here's your opening faceoff, brought to you by Forever, your hometown flooring professionals off East Pompey on K Beach Road. Call 907-260-9270. Warriors control it off the opening draw. Although it's loose at center ice, Malmstrom's going to try and chase it down. Hallam gets there first. He'll back it up into his own end. Cardinals in the white jerseys with the black pants, skating left to right. Head-manning pass from Will Howard. He was trying to dump it in cross ice. Nice job by Potton to come in and try and take it away from Malmstrom. But the Warriors able to get control back, and here comes Shackle up the near side. So but for those of you watching or listening in Wasilla, glad to have you joining with us, and thank you for the correction. Word was brought in from the coaches that it is Caden Shackle, not Shackley. So thank you for the help there. Puck bouncing in neutral ice. Cardinals get control. Will Howard makes a little deke move, takes it across the blue line, and has it slapped away by Jacob Johnson. Howard's going to try and lay him out and get the puck back. Misses, and puck is on the far board side. Bangs off a couple sticks, ends up with Shackle as he takes it across the blue line, and that looked like an offside. I don't know how they missed that. But puck goes into the far corner. Warriors keep it in at the wing. Johnson, his shot is knocked down. Skims along the blue line. Shackle with it in the high slot, and he's pushed off the puck. Still can't clear it out, though. The Cardinals jammed in between a few different Warriors, briefly across the blue line, so they'll tag up. Here comes Potton. Potton jims it hard down the far wall, and he'll ice it. 13 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the second period. Cardinals and Warriors. Wasilla on top 1-0 in day 2 of the Peninsula Ice Challenge. The Moose won their game earlier today against the Stars, so that means that if the Warriors get this one past the Cardinals tonight, both those teams will be 2-0 in tournament play, and they'll play for the championship tomorrow morning here at 11:30. There's a shot, goes just wide, a goal off the faceoff, won by the Warriors, now to the near wing. Harma can't get good wood on the shot, and it just kind of trickles down behind the goal where Goldsby was there for it. Racing to grab it is Michalacki. Loses the puck out to neutral ice. Harma, his pass cut off by the Cardinals in the offensive end. Barcelona with a head of steam right to left. Heading into the Cardinals zone, loses the puck, and it goes into the near corner. Cardinals trying to get control back. Begich has it, centering pass to Mason Butler. Begich and Butler have been very communicative with one another the last couple nights. Butler will dump it down in behind the goal line, and the Cardinals will chase after it as a fresh line comes out on the ice. Dominic Smith, Brett Goldsby, centering pass knocked away. Petty with it, high slot, he shoots, knocked away by the defenseman. Petty gets it right back, kept into the right wing by Goldsby. Back to Goldsby at the wing. Harassed from behind by Barcelona, who takes it away, and now he has a bit of a breakaway. High slot, shot, knocked away, blockered away by Witt into the near corner. So a great save on the breakaway by Witt. Best look of the night for the Warriors. They keep possession of the puck, wrapped around to the far wall in the left end. DeMaster has the puck cut off by Dominic Smith, who chops at it backhand, and it slides all the way down to the other end, and that'll be icing against the Cardinals. 11 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the second period. Cardinals trail the Warriors 1-0 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. We'll get a face-off in the Cardinals' end. That is the left end. If you are listening on the radio, that's the end the Cardinals are defending. Warriors defending the right end of the rink tonight. 11:55 to play. Jurdy on the ice against Stiers. Stiers wins the draw. Finds Blaylock, who loses it. Jurdy hit hard into the board up the far side, and it looked like he may have hit his face on the rail, and he is down on the ice near the red line. He's in considerable pain, so we're going to take a step away while he is tended to. Injured player down for the Cardinals after a hit, and that is going to be a penalty against the Warriors. We'll clock that, and we'll get more for you when we come back. High school hockey on KSRF.
Winter roads can be brutal.
Okay.
Quality winter tire chains, built to handle Alaska's toughest conditions. Whether it's ice, snow, or slush, they carry the perfect fit for any vehicle, giving Alaskans the confidence and traction they need to keep moving. Don't get stuck. Get traction you can trust. Call 907-262-7983 or visit Alaska Bolt & Chain on the Spur Highway in Soldotna. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hi, I'm Mark Gage, and I want to share my recent experience at AK Express on KB. AK Express was a much better fit than the DMV. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays, 11 to 3. Need tags, titles, and registration fast. They even offer drop-off and pick-up services. Skip the line, skip the stress. AK Express is your best bet. Find them at K Beach and West Poppy Lane, or call 907-260-9501.
So it's a 5-minute major against Gavin Blaylock, the freshman left wing, who put Caden Jurdy into the boards on the far side pretty hard. I'm not sure if they called that roughing or boarding, whatever it was, or head contact. It was against Blaylock, and so it's going to be a 5-minute major. Trying to listen for the official score. They said boarding was the call. Cardinals with possession of the puck, a 5-minute man advantage, and they'll give it right back to the Warriors in the right end. Warriors clear it out. Cardinals will have to chase it down. 4:25 to play in the Cardinals power play. Shackle doing a nice job forechecking, and here comes Schwinn as he gets the puck back. Skating left to right. Cross-ice pass to Begich. Begich will take it into the offensive zone. Turns around, hands it off to Hallam. Hallam into the far corner. Shot and a goal! Will Howard gets his first of the season on a wrister from the left circle. And the Cardinals have equalized at 4 minutes and 3 seconds into the second period. We are tied at 1. So the Cardinals will maintain the man advantage with Blaylock in the box for the major penalty. Will Howard, power play goal. Again at 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Teams make their way back towards center ice. Howard on the draw against Mikulecki. Mikulecki gets the better of that one. Pass down the far side as the Warriors clear it out, and a puck goes between the legs of Witt right into the crease. And it was sitting there like a big, fat, juicy steak for Mikulecki, but he couldn't get there quick enough. Otherwise, he'd have had the easiest shorthanded goal of all time. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second period. Game tied at 1. Schwinn chomps at it and takes it and knocks it into the offensive end, but Cardinals will have to regroup. Warriors clear it out. Back into the Kenai end. Schwinn is there to pick it up, and they're going to call a high stick against the Cardinals, I believe, because we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. 10 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the second. 1-1 is the score on your Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Will Howard scoring a power play goal, while Blaylock is in the box for a 5-minute major for boarding on Caden Jurdy, who looked a little disorientated as he was making his way off the ice. So thoughts to him. Hopefully he rallies. Warriors with possession, lose it. Here's Dominic Smith up the near side. Holds up at the wing, spun away from the puck. The Warriors get rid of it. Barcelona harassed by Goldsby as he tries to take it shorthanded into the Kenai end centering pass, but nobody's there. And Witt will just slide it over to Langham. Langham ahead to Petty. Petty cross-ice pass cut off by Barcelona, and he just wings it right back into the Kenai end. Witt will gather it behind his own net. And he has all 5 Cardinals with 3 minutes to go in the power play. 9:44 left in the second period. Witt behind his own net. Tries to feed it ahead to Smith, who was all alone at center ice, and now Lily Langham will overlead him as she gathered it up. And now the Warriors will clear it right back out. Down to the other end. Witt grabs it in the near circle. And the Cardinals goaltender trying to find Smith again. And the Cardinals really not able to get anything going after the goal on the power play. They've wasted about a minute and a half or more of this power play just trying to get it into the Warriors' offensive end. So kudos to the Warriors for a great penalty kill right now. Now the Cardinals control it at neutral ice and give it right back. Barcelona takes it away across the blue line into the left circle. Shot and a save. Witt waiting for it with the open glove. And we'll get a face-off to his right with 8:56 to play in the second period. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the Blaylock 5-minute major. Score is 1-1, Cardinals and Warriors. Here at the Kenai Multi-Purpose Facility, it's an open rink. It's an enclosed facility, but there are openings to the outside, so always open to the elements, or at least the temperature. Face-off won by Will Howard. First line back on the ice for the Cardinals to try and generate some offense. Here's a pass from Hallam. Hallam ahead to Potton. Potton into the offensive end. High slot. He rips off a shot. That blockered ahead over the top of the net by Kelly. Puck over to Schwinn at the left wing. Schwinn there ahead to Howard. Howard surveying. Cross-ice pass. Potton the one-timer, and what a kick save by Kelly. That one got the Gumby leg going to get the pad on it. And goodness, the sophomore showing off as the Warriors clear it out. A minute 35 to go in the power play. Schwinn dekes a man, takes it across the red line, now into offensive ice. Right into the right circle. Shot kicked away by Kelly. Warriors trying to clear it out. Johnson is there, can't handle it. Howard backs it up, finds Hallam at the left wing. Hallam along the blue line to Schwinn. Schwinn into the right circle. Wrist shot, rebound, shot, loose in the slot. Gathered up by Malmstrom, and he'll clear it out. A minute to go now in the power play. Cardinals have gotten 1 goal on the 5-minute major, trying to make it 2. Now 7 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the second period. Potton, head manning pass under lead Begich. Warriors will immediately clear it back into the Kenai zone. Howard gathers it, 55 seconds to play. Howard, left to right, across the blue line. He shoots from the blue line, and that's over the top of the goal. Malmstrom will flip it high and down the far board side. It actually goes out of play into the protective netting in front of the bleachers. Yes, sir.
Jordy's back on the ice now, so that's good to see.
Caden Jordy returning after being clocked up against the boards on the far side. Looked a little shaken up, and like we said, he was having a hard time staying on his skates, but I'm going to guess he passed concussion protocol, so he's good to go. And he's here for the face-off to the right of Kelly with 35 seconds left in the power play. Going against Meade. Jordy gets that one. Puck to Langham at the left wing. Jordy has it in the far circle. Centering pass to Butler. Butler tries to weave his way through some defensemen and can't. Meade takes it away right to left into the offensive end for the Warriors. Pushed off the puck by Goldsby. Cardinals take it back. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Now a 3-on-1. Jordy across the blue line hands it off to Dominic Smith. A light touch, and Langham will have to keep it in. Backhands it down to the far corner. Under 5 seconds to play in the power play. That is DeMaster. Ahead to Shackle, and now both teams back to full strength as Blaylock comes out. Cardinals only able to get one goal on the 5-minute major. 6 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the second period. Here's Dominic Smith up the far side. Butler gets a stick on it, but Dylan Meade fighting off 3 different Cardinals to maintain possession of the puck and create a chance for DeMaster. Now Barcelona, right wing, shot in and out of the glove of Witt. And it looks like we're going to have a slash coming. We'll see who this one's against. Looks like they're going to open up the Kenai box. Is going to be slashing against the Cardinals, as still waiting to see who heads to the box. Jordy will get 2 minutes for slashing. Just the first penalty of the second period against the Cardinals. Penalty at 8 minutes and 39 seconds. 2 minutes for slashing against Caden Jordy. So the man advantage for the Warriors. Last time they had that, they scored a goal. We're tied at 1. Malmstrom moves it along the blue line to Barcelona, right wing in the left end. Barcelona to the midboard. Deeks, and he sends Potton down to the losing edge all the way down to the ice. Cross-ice pass to Meade in the near corner. 6:04, 6:03 to go. We do not have a penalty clock up. Centering pass right into the mid slot, taken away by the Cardinals, and they'll clear it out. Isaac Potton on the clear. So penalty clock on our screen says 1:25. No penalty clock on the scoreboard right now. Warriors with possession. Hagel brings it into the offensive end, right to left, dumps it to the right wing. Cardinals trying to take it away. Michalecki, and he'll just have to back it out into neutral ice. Cardinals doing a nice job on the penalty kill. 1 minute to play in the penalty kill. Warriors with it. Michalecki headmans a pass to Barcelona. Barcelona gathers it, shoots, rebound, watch out, but the Cardinals are able to get it out at least near the blue line. Picked up there by Michalecki. He'll survey along the blue line. Rips off a shot. That one goes wide off the flat board. Trying to stuff it in was Hagel, but Witt up to the task. Sweeps it aside, and we get a stoppage of play with 5:09 to play in the third period. 49 seconds remaining in the power play for the Warriors. 1-1 is the score in the second period. Cardinals have the lone goal this period. A power play score by Will Howard early into a 5-minute major. Instead, Cardinals not able to add on to that goal total during that long power play. Just the one. And the delay here, I think, is that we're trying to get the scoreboard matched up with the power play clock. If you look on your screen there on YouTube, you can see that the clock we have here says 49 seconds to go in the power play. I expect once we get it going on the scoreboard, it'll say the same thing. They do have the penalty clock activated now, just trying to get it to match up with what we have or what the referees have. 5 minutes and 9 seconds. So Tucker, the first line of the Cardinals, playing very well tonight. They're doing a good job creating scoring opportunities. Kind of seen the same thing yourself?
Absolutely, yeah.
So when we do get a face-off, it will be to the left of Evan Witt. Cardinals playing left to right in the second period. Warriors right to left. Still waiting on the scoreboard clock to indicate the appropriate time remaining in the Warriors power play. That is the delay. Here is the official. We'll take a lap around the rink. And I guess we're just going to get play. We're going to resume play. 49 seconds left on the power play. Face off to the left of Witt. Stiers wins that one. Pass to the other Stiers in the slot. Gets loose. Cardinals take it away, and they almost had a chance for a shorthanded breakaway. Shackle gets back in time to get the puck. So a nice back check by the junior center. Here comes the younger Stiers, or excuse me, the elder Stiers, Easton. Harma at the left wing. His pass to the left circle, cut down by Begic. Begic tries to clear it out. Harma keeps it in, shot wide of the net, over to the far side. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Cardinals defending well, trying to kill this one. Near side, DeMaster. DeMaster cross-ice pass for Stiers. A backhanded shot goes over the top of the net. 4 seconds remaining in the power play. DeMaster into the slot. Puck is loose. Stiers was there if he could have gotten his stick on it. Now both teams back to full strength. Cardinals with a chance to clear it out and maybe find Jurdy at center ice. But the Warriors cut it off, so they'll fling one down into the near corner in the Cardinals' end, and they'll send fresh skates out onto the rink. Lily Langham backhands it, and it gets underneath the stick of the Warriors. Jurdy's going to try and chase it down. DeMaster will pick the puck up deep in his own end. Hit hard. Mason Butler gathers it and controls it back into his own end. Brecken Stiers is right there. Pass up the far board to Caden Jurdy, and he had his stick high up in the air, so they'll call that. And with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the second period, we're tied at 1 apiece. Cardinals get a power play goal. Warriors, despite having a power play opportunity, unable to convert, so they are 50% on their power play opportunities tonight. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second period. If you're just tuning in, the score is 1-1 in day 2 of the Peninsula Ice Challenge. Last game of the day. This one between the Wasilla Warriors and the Kenai Cardinals. Face off to the left of Evan Witt, won by Will Howard as the first line comes back on the ice for the Kenai Cardinals. Isaac Potton at the near wall. Backhands a pass to Howard. Howard with a nice move across the blue line, but then an even better move by Mikulek. He takes it away. He'll take it across the blue line. Here's Barcelona, tries to kick it in, but it gets away from him, and the Cardinals cleared back out. Rehak will gather it near center ice. Picking it up is Michael Thompson for Wasilla. Noah Hallam takes it into the offensive end after a steal. Shot kicked away by Kelly. Rebound, another shot, another rebound, another shot, 2 saves, 3 saves, and a goal as it trickles in! Will Howard on the third rebound gets his second goal of the night. Elijah Kelly did everything he could to keep that puck out of his net, but it was bouncing all over right in front of him. And with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the second period, the Cardinals take their first lead of the night at 11 minutes and 47 seconds. Will Howard with the goal, his second of the night. And we're going to probably have at least 2 assists down there, but I have no idea who got a stick on that. But 2-3 rebounds turns into a shot. Warriors quickly with an opportunity to respond, but Rehak couldn't get a good stick on it. Mason Butler, he'll shoot from the blue line as he brings it into the offensive end. There's another shot attempt by the Cardinals in the right side. Jurdy hit hard, and another penalty coming as Jurdy takes another shot, and he is slow to get up again. I think this is going to be another boarding penalty. This one's going to go against Declan Hawk, who is very hot coming off the ice. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the second period. Cardinals now lead 2-1 over the visiting Wasilla Warriors. Warriors, a good Division I team. Cardinals trying to figure out where they stack up in the state here tonight just a little bit. Face-off will be to the right of Elijah Kelly once we get the power play underway. We have a conversation going on between the head official, the referee, and Coach Steve Hallam for the Kenai Cardinals, as that is now 2 times that Caden Jurdy has been boarded I think this is going to be just a 2-minute minor against Declan Hawk. Penalty at 13 minutes and 12 seconds. We'll listen for the penalty call. Didn't quite hear it. There's a quick shorthanded shot on goal by Shackle as the Warriors get control off the faceoff and almost tie this thing up. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second period. Cardinals on the power play with 1:47 to go on the penalty against Hawk. Face off to the left of Witt, won by the Cardinals in their own end. Isaac Potton takes the cross-ice pass, makes a nice move. Headman's ahead for Begich. Begich across the blue line, dumps it off for Howard. Howard outside the far circle, centers the pass looking for Potton, but that one a little bit underneath. Schwinn comes in to clean it up and gather it at the right wing. Down to Potton, and the Warriors cleared back out. Now we got a race for it. Witt comes way out of his goal. Puck is loose at neutral ice. Hallam picks it up. Dangerous. Hallam a shot. That one blockered aside by Kelly. A shot blocked from Howard, and it caroms over to the near side. Warriors clear it out. A minute to go in the power play. Potton takes it at center ice. Cross-ice pass. He's got Will Howard at the left wing into the offensive end. Wrist shot wide of the net to the near side. Schwinn will come in and keep it in at the right wing. Schwinn and the Warriors clear it out. They send it all the way down to the other end. Witt will come way out of the net. He'll do that on you, come way out of the net and scare you very badly sometimes. 44 seconds left to play. Will Howard left to right with a head of steam through neutral ice into the offensive end. High slot, wrist shot wide of the net. Off the flat board, Hallam tries to pick up the rebound. Now that one over to the far wing. Goldsby a shot, sticked aside by Kelly. And with 27 seconds left in the power play, the Warriors will clear this one out. It goes off the shoulder of Schwinn and the glass on the near side down behind the net. And now the Cardinals just send an errant pass. Jurdy chases after the puck. Does a nice job on the forecheck. Quick shot by the Cardinals. Dominic Smith gobbled up by Elijah Kelly. And Kelly much more busy this period than he was in the first. And the Cardinals, with 15 seconds remaining in the power play, lead 2-1 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard here in the second period. Warriors frustrated by Caden Jurdy tonight. He's incurred a couple penalties from them. Warriors win the face-off, and high stick called, so we'll get a face-off in neutral ice. High stick against Dominic Smith. 46 seconds remaining in the second period. Cardinals have scored 2 goals after the Warriors got one in the first period on a power play. Cardinals now lead 2-1. About 7 seconds left in the power play. Face off to the right of Witt, won by the Cardinals. Now the power play over. Harma, a shot wide of the net. Mikulecki will turn around. He'll rip one off, and it's on goal, but sticked away by Witt. To the left wing now. Harma feeds it down the board, looking for Mikulecki. And there's a shot that flips high in the air, and it's gloved by Witt. Nicholas Harma, the junior defenseman, trying to snipe one from the left wing. But the Cardinals do a nice job to get a stick in there. 26 seconds left to play in the second period. Coming up, it is the intermission report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock, owner auto insurance, homeowners, life insurance, and investing opportunities with locations in Kenai and Soldotna. Barcelona and Howard on the draw. Howard gets that one. Cardinals will wrap it around to the right wing. There's a shot by DeMaster. Barcelona picks it up as it was knocked down by the defense. Right circle, he passes, had Stiers, and the puck bounced over his stick. Stiers was waiting just outside the crease with a wide open net. Cardinals reclaim the puck. They'll take it into the offensive end, but that is going to take us to the end of the second period as Noah Hallam and Matthew DeMaster get a little tied up and both go down behind the goal line, but they come up as friends, a little high five and a fist bump between them, and all is well. Although tempers do flare just a little bit in the second period, a couple penalties, and they were costly against the Warriors. We'll talk about that and more during the second intermission report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. With 15 minutes on the clock for the third period, we'll be right back with that intermission report. It's 2-1 Cardinals after 2 periods of play on KSRM.
Important as a renter to make sure you have the coverage you need at a price you can afford, because you've worked hard for your stuff, right? Your local State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right renter's insurance that best fits your needs without the headache. Let's start helping protect your stuff with renter's insurance from State Farm today.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai and now also at the Soldotna Y.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
All right, I'm going to cut in here. The Booster Club is looking for individuals, companies, businesses, anybody who would be interested in sponsoring a game. Please get in touch with them.
No matter what the weather, come to Jumpin' Junction on K Beach Road. They've got blacklight mini golf, giant inflatables, thrilling VR experience that'll blow your mind, and all your favorite arcade games. Need a break? Grab some tasty snacks and drinks, then get back in the action. Planning a party? Jumpin' Junction is the spot for unforgettable fall and winter birthday celebrations. Jumpin' Junction, where there's fun for the whole family, on K Beach Road. Open daily, Monday through Sunday. Check Facebook for hours of operation. Community starts with strong support. They're cheering on all our local teams and athletes this season. Good luck out there. For all your steel and metal needs, Morgan Steel has you covered with a full range of products and expert service. Plus, their partnership with Central Welding supplies ensures top quality materials you can trust. Call 907-283-7136. Morgan Steel, building Alaska strong.
The high school hockey intermission continues with State Farm agent Chrissy Babcock intermission report with highlights, stats, and game recaps. Let's return ringside with today's broadcast team.
Welcome back to the Kenai Multipurpose Facility as the second intermission now between the Kenai Cardinals and the Wasilla Warriors. Nick Sorrell alongside Tucker Blau with our broadcast producer Caleb Manuel back in our K Beach studio. It is the intermission report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Auto insurance, homeowners, life insurance, and investing opportunities. Call today, 907-283-7116 in Kenai, 907-262-4440 in Soldotna. Like a good neighbor, Christy and her team are there for you. Well, the Cardinals score two unanswered in the second period to take a 2-1 lead. The first goal, a power play goal, scored by Will Howard at 4 minutes and 3 seconds into the second. And then at 11:47, with both teams at full strength, Will Howard strikes again. He was the consummate opportunist there as Elijah Kelly had his hands so full he didn't know what to do with himself. 4 consecutive rebounds on shots against Kelly, so you got to give him credit for being on top of all 4 of those shots, or excuse me, the first 3, but the fourth one, Kenai. Any observations from the second period? Tucker, what'd you think? What did you observe from the Cardinals and the Warriors?
I saw some more forechecking. I saw at least a couple by Potton down there where his team actually Cardinals got the puck back there. And then also, what's his name? Shackle. Down there on that side too, as well, getting the puck back for his team.
So both teams kind of executing a little better on the forecheck than they in the second period than they were in the first. You think?
Yes, sir.
So nice job by both squads on the forecheck. Some good back checking, and you mentioned Caden Shackle, the junior, the center. At one point, the Cardinals were shorthanded on a power play when let's see here, Caden Jurdy was in the box, 2 minutes for slashing. And the Cardinals almost had a shorthanded goal chance. because puck got loose. But Caden Shackle, boy, he's got some serious speed, was able to get back on the back check and get the puck back. The Warriors have done a great job defensively through the first two periods. The second goal for the Cardinals, you can't really chalk that up to bad defense. That was just chaos, and in the midst of it all, Will Howard comes away with a goal. The first one, though, was a nice wrist shot by Howard from the left circle. Several penalties in the second period. We'll talk about those. 3, in fact. One against the Cardinals, we said, the 2 minutes for slashing at 8:39 against Caden Jurdy. But the Warriors, all of their penalties in the second period were committed against the freshman center, Caden Jurdy, for the Cardinals. And as Declan Hawk came into the box, he was very upset. And I heard he had a few choice words for that little guy on the Cardinals team. So perhaps Jurdy getting a little bit under the skin of the Warriors. And if you're a hockey player, the one thing you can't do is you can't let yourself get frustrated by the other team, because that's when you start committing penalties. So Jurdy was boarded hard at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. That 5-minute major led to the Cardinals' equalizing goal. And then at 3 minutes and 12 seconds, he was roughed by Declan Hawk, the left wing junior for the Warriors. That power play, though, for the Cardinals did not produce a goal. Their second goal coming when both teams were at full strength. Here's your shots and saves from the second period, brought to you by 3T Detailing, your auto professional detailer. Find them on Facebook. They're your defense against a dirty vehicle. Call 907-252-3960 for 3T Detailing. In the second period, a different story for the Cardinals. They've been outshot in every period since the start of the season, which at this point is just 4, now 5. But in the second period tonight, equal in shots on goal with the Warriors. Kenai, 8 shots on goal, 6 saves for Elijah Kelly, the sophomore goaltender for the Warriors. And Evan Witt, 8 shots on goal for the Warriors, a perfect 8 saves for Witt in the second period. So that means that the Warriors, through 2 periods, have 17 shots on goal, Witt with 16 saves. The Cardinals, through 2 periods, 12 shots on goal, and Kelly, 10 saves. That is your intermission report, brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. When we come back, your third period puck drop. Cardinals trying to hang on to a lead in the second day of the Peninsula Ice Challenge on KSRM.
Hey, folks, what? Hearts to match. White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road can take care of everything, from bearing repacks to annual services, all the way up to bodywork, axle replacement, electrical, welding, and more. Go see White Spruce for all your trailer service and parts needs. White Spruce Trailer, whitespruce.com.
When you've been involved in an accident or suffered at the hands of someone else's negligence, we can help you assess whether you need an attorney and whether we can add value to your case. This is a small community, and we want to make sure that our community members are taken care of. We offer free consults to help you determine what insurances might be available to provide a full and fair recovery for you and whether we can add value to your case. Call us at Earhart, Elsner, and Cooley to schedule a free consult. 907-283-2876.
Hello, I'm Marty Hansen, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Have you ever bought new glasses for your little darling and they're lost or twisted into a figure 8 before you even get home or take that first picture? Well, if you got them at Eyewear Express, we'll replace the frame for free. Let me say that again. If they lose or break the frame, we'll replace it for free. So relax and expect the best from Eyewear Express in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna. 260-9199.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge. There's nothing like a small town. It's real community. And that's one of the reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers, you're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 North Binkley in Soldotna for hometown friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
Exciting news from Odyssey Family Practice. They're proud to welcome Sarah Kirka, physician assistant, to the team. She's now accepting new patients. Sarah's passionate about helping Alaskans feel their best through weight loss, hormone replacement, and vitality care. Because up here, staying strong and energized matters. So whether you're chasing grandkids, snow machines, or just better health, call 907-313-4569 and visit Odyssey Family Practice today.
For years, Morgan Steel has proudly supported local sports, vocational programs, and community activities because a strong community starts with strong support. They're cheering on all our local teams and athletes this season. Good luck out there. For all your steel and metal needs, Morgan Steel has you covered with a full range of products and expert service. Plus, their partnership with Central Welding supplies ensures top quality materials you can trust. Call 907-283-7136. Morgan Steel, building Alaska strong. Looking for family fun no matter what the weather? Come to Jumpin' Junction on K Beach Road. They've got blacklight mini golf, giant inflatables, thrilling VR experience that'll blow your mind, and all your favorite arcade games. Need a break? Grab some tasty snacks and drinks, then get back in the action. Planning a party? Jumpin' Junction is the spot for unforgettable fall and winter birthday celebrations. Jumpin' Junction, where there's fun for the whole family, on K Beach Road. Open daily, Monday through Sunday. Check Facebook for hours of operation.
Picture this, a number in your hand, hope fading by the minute. A voice crackles through the overhead speaker.
Now serving B47 at window 11.
Oh, that's my number. Wait, is that window even open?
No, it's
You've entered the DMV, a place where time stands still and paperwork spreads like a creeping fog. Now picture yourself at AK Express tags, titles, and registrations in Soldotna. No lines, no disappearing windows, just fast, local service AK Express.
Winter roads can be brutal, but your drive doesn't have to be. Alaska Bolt & Chain helps drivers hold it together with quality winter tire chains built to handle Alaska's toughest conditions. Whether it's ice, snow, or slush, they carry the perfect fit for any vehicle, giving Alaskans the confidence and traction they need to keep moving. Don't get stuck. Get traction you can trust. Call 907-262-7983 or visit Alaska Bolt & Chain on the Spur Highway in Soldotna. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It's getting chilly out there, and Sweeney's Clothing has you covered. Right now, hats, socks, and gloves are 20% off just in time for the season. Clearance footwear for the whole family is 40 to 50% off. That's huge savings on boots, shoes, and more. Need something new? All regular footwear is 15% off too. Sweeney's Clothing in Savannah, your workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
Some things in life can be tricky, like learning to play an instrument, tying a knot in a balloon, your kid's math homework. Wait, what? Life insurance can feel tricky too, but at State Farm, we can help make it easier to understand so you can protect your family's future.
Welcome back to the Kenai Multi-Purpose Facility, the Cardinals and Warriors. We head to the third period, the home stretch. Kenai on top by a score of 2-1 after two unanswered goals by Will Howard in the second period. One a power play goal, the other a full-strength goal. Those goals assisted, the first one by Noah Hallam and Bridger Begich, and the second one by Isaac Potton and Noah Hallam. So look at that, Bridger Begich picking up his third point of the season already tonight. And congratulations to him. Noah Hallam picking up 2 points. Isaac Potton also picking up his third point. All three of Isaac's points this season on assists. And Will Howard finding the back of the net for the first time here this evening. We switch sides of the rink as we go to the third period. Cardinals will once again be skating right to left in those white jerseys with the black pants, and the Warriors will be skating left to right in the all-red uniforms. Warriors taking a little bit longer in the locker room in the second intermission. Cardinals came back out fairly quickly, comparatively speaking, so the Warriors getting a little bit of an extra motivational speech from their head coach there tonight. Their head coach is, nope, not Steve Hallam. we got to pull up my stat sheet here. Head coach is Jake Dargis. The assistant coach is Jonas Nagel. If I got those names wrong, I apologize to the Wasilla fans tuning in. Not all names seem to be pronounced the same, and some of them have a little unique spellings at times. Again, Cardinals skating right to left in the third period. Warriors skating left to right. Both first lines out on the ice. Cardinals leading 2-1 here on Halloween night, wherever you are. Hope you're enjoying your Halloween. Lots of candy, lots of good stuff. Here's your Floor Ever opening face-off. Your hometown flooring professionals located off East Poppy on K Beach Road. Call 907-260-9270. Mikulecki and Howard. Draw goes to Mikulecki. He's a perfect 3 for 3 on opening faceoffs tonight. Johnson gathers it back in his own end. Cardinals, though, applying some pressure. Howard rips a shot off, but that one a little bit wide, and it's going to carry him back to neutral ice, where Schwinn is there to pick it up. Howard touches it on a pass that may not have necessarily been intended for him. So now we get a little scrum for it up against the wall, and it'll get dumped down in behind the Warriors' goal line. Malmstrom headmans a pass. Will Howard, a shot as he picked up a loose puck in the right circle, and that one just went a little bit wide. Schwinn doing a nice job to briefly keep it in the offensive zone. Now Malmstrom left to right with a head of steam shot wide of the net, off the flat board. Howard picks it up, muscled off the puck by Mikulecki, and the Cardinals will chop it out to neutral ice. Lily Langham, the senior defenseman, shot from behind the blue line on goal, and Witt covers it up. So the Cardinals miss a golden opportunity. Will Howard, a chance for a hat trick a moment ago on a puck that went right to him in the left or right circle in the offensive end, and he just was unable to get it in the net. Face-off will be to the right of Evan Witt in the right end. If you're listening on the radio, Cardinals skating right to left in the third period. Warriors left to right. It'll be Mason Butler and Caden Shackle on either side of the dot. Cardinals still getting some players off the ice. A little bit of a delay. I think there's maybe some wet spots up against the near board side. Officials are checking that out. From our angle, we can't see what it is that they're examining, but it's down by the base of the midboard at the right end of the rink, and now they're actually going to call for some equipment, I think, to try and get this cleaned up. So we'll step aside as both teams head to the bench while they tend to whatever's going on the rink here. It's 2-1 Kenai with 14:08 to play in the game. In Kenai on top of the Warriors on KSRM.
Options and payments, talking with Steve.
Winter gloves and hats and coats and socks. We tune and rack skis and snowboards, and we'll start renting out cross-country skis and snowshoes when there's sufficient snow.
Find the winter sports gear you need upstairs at Beeman's on the Kenai Spur Highway in Soldotna.
Head on down to Country Foods in Kenai. This week, pick up USDA boneless chuck steaks and roast, just $6.99 a pound. Snack healthy with red or green grapes for only $2.29 a pound. And grab a hachia persimmon, just and jumbo yellow onions for just $70.
One more come back.
Hot meals, fresh and ready for your lunch break. Country Foods in Kenai. Buy fresh, spend less. Winter in Alaska, where hockey pucks fly faster than your truck warms up. If one of those pucks, or maybe an icy driveway, takes out a tooth, don't worry. Gentle Dental in Soldotna can handle it. From chips and cracks to cleanings and crowns, they'll keep your smile in the game. They're local, friendly, and accepting new patients now. So skate on in, or call 907-262-8834. Gentle Dental, keeping Alaskan smiles shining, no matter how hard winter hits.
Welcome back to to Kenai Multipurpose Facility in Kenai. Nick Sorrell here along with Tucker Blau and Caleb Manuel, our radio broadcast producer, back in our K-Beach studio. For those of you joining us and watching on YouTube, Keith Crawford operating our camera and running the YouTube broadcast. Okay, so we got word. We found out exactly what the rink malfunction is. One of the plastic panels over there at the midboard in the right end of the rink on the near side from where we're standing, one of those plastic panels had jarred loose and was extending out into the ice. So they had the ice rink manager come out with his drill and a screw, and they got that thing taken care of. So we're performing rink maintenance right in the middle of the third period. But you know what? We do what we got to do to keep the game going. The wall has been repaired, and we can resume hockey. Cardinals and Warriors separated by 1 goal. Face off to the right of Witt, won by Mason Butler. Puck goes all the way up the far board side to the left end of the rink, where the Warriors will try and gather it. Loose puck goes down into the low slot. DeMaster, though, for the Warriors is there to pick it up. Mason Butler tries to get a stick on it. Now a 3-on-3 as the Warriors bring it left to right, back into the right end. Caden Jurdy pushed off the puck. Shackle tries to rip off a shot, but it is deflected high by Mason Butler. Warriors still control it in the right end. Centering pass, high slot. Hagel can't get a shot off. Puck is loose in the low slot. Chop and a goal as the Warriors tie this one up. It went off a couple skates and was in an awkward position for Witt, and he was not able to get in front of it. So we are tied at 2 now with 13:33 to play in the third period. Warriors, Dylan Mead getting the goal at 1 minute and 27 seconds. We'll see if we can find out who the assists were as teams make their way back to center ice for the face-off. Warriors tie it up early in the third period. Now they will try to retake the lead. We're going to turn up the crowd mic and see if we can't hear who the assists were. Hagel gets the assist on that one. So Branson Hagel, his first point of the night. Face-off after an icing call in the left end. Centering pass for the Cardinals, cut off by Moose. Caleb Moose takes it left to right into the Kenai end, outside the right circle. Centering pass for Harma, cut off. Shot from Harma as he gets it back at the blue line, right into the midsection of Witt. And that'll be a stoppage of play, and we'll get a face-off to the left of Witt in the Cardinals' end. 13 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the third period. Cardinals and Warriors tied at 2 apiece. First line back on for the Cardinals. Will Howard and Easton Stiers. Howard gets the draw. Cardinals trying to move it up the near board side. Puck is loose. Howard touches it, but it'll be gathered up by Rehak. Now kept in at the left wing by Hallam. Spinning puck, and nobody can touch it. Now it's just loose. This is going to be an opportunity for, that is the Warriors. Can't quite see who had the puck. It was Richard Strick. Puck is loose. Howard takes it back at his own end, right to left, across the blue line. Pulls off a shot, and it's deflected all the way up over the netting into the stratosphere. Boy, Howard reached back and tickled the rafters on that slap shot. Going for the 75-foot special from outside the blue line. 12 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the third period. We are all tied up at 2 apiece. I think the officials are trying to decide where this face-off is going to go and how close it's going to be to the Kenai zone, considering where Will pulled off that shot. So they'll put it at neutral ice, but it'll be on the dot to the right side. Cardinals playing right to left. Mason Butler and Mikulecki for the Warriors in on the draw. Mikulecki comes up with it, number 23, left to right across the blue line into the offensive end. Shot and a goal. Robert Mikulecki with an unassisted wrist shot. And 2 quick goals for the Warriors puts them back in front. Anybody from SoHi watching is very familiar with how this went in the third period at the Soldotna Regional Sports Complex last night, where the Warriors came out and scored 5 unanswered goals in the third period. They have 2 unanswered right now. This one at 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Robert Mikulecki with the unassisted goal. Back at center ice, Warriors control the puck off the faceoff. Malmstrom up the near side. Here's Stiers. He's going to take a shot from the right circle, deflected high and over the net by Witt. Warriors keep it in. Goldsby to the near side for Jurdy. Here's Butler. Butler ahead to Begic. Begic's a shot. Glove save by Kelly. And the Cardinals do manage to get a shot on goal, as the Warriors right now have emphatically tilted the ice back in their favor. 2 goals in the early going of the third period takes away the Cardinals' advantage, and in fact gives it back to the Warriors, who match their largest lead of the night with 1 goal. Face off to the left of Kelly. A shot ricochets off a couple skates from the right wing. Warriors control it. Lily Langham does a nice job keeping it in. Bridger Begic. And if they said that went offside, I could not disagree more. Langham, I thought, did a fantastic job of getting a stick on that puck before it went across the blue line. But I am standing up on a scaffold at an angle, not looking at the puck right down the blue line. So we will save our judgment and take the linesman's word for it. Face off and neutral ice, won by the Cardinals. Langham tries to flip it along the sideboard, and it goes up and out of play toward the bleacher side. So we'll get another face-off at neutral ice with 11 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the third period. Cardinals and Warriors. Wasilla on top by 1. 3-2 is the Three Bears Alaska score. Warriors win the face-off. Harma with it. Back in his own end. Headbatting pass to Shackle. Shackle left to right. Up the near side wall. Has it cut off by Caden Jurdy. The sensational freshman has had a nice job. Now the puck's loose behind the net. Warriors with it. And Meade couldn't really do much. He was looking for somebody to open up in the slot. DeMaster keeps it in at the right wing and the right side. Takes it again now in the near circle. Shot, or a pass rather, through the low slot. Goes by everybody. And the Cardinals dodge a bullet. And here comes Mason Butler squeaking past a couple Warriors. Takes it up the far side into the far corner. Right to left. Squeezed off by Meade. And now Meade will try and get it back up the near side. Noah Hallam in the first line. Back on the ice for the Cardinals. And the Warriors are going to ice this one. So we'll get a face-off in the Wasilla end. 10:54 remaining in the third period. Kenai and Wasilla. Warriors scored 5 unanswered goals against Soldotna last night en route to a rout. They won that one 8-3 over Soldotna. And they're trying to do the same to the Cardinals here tonight. They've scored 2 unanswered in the first couple minutes of the third period. A centering pass for the Cardinals off the faceoff is taken away. And here comes Strick. Strick across the blue line into the right end. Loses an edge. And Goldsby pokes it away, but it's kept in at the left wing. Here's DeMaster. Takes the pass down into the low slot. And it goes past the goal and down up against the near board side. Centering pass, ricochet, shot, and a goal. DeMaster was all over that one. Moose is going to get credited with the assist. And here go the Warriors with this third period skate downhill action like they did last night. They now lead 4-2. The goal by DeMaster at 4 minutes and 31 seconds. DeMaster wearing the number 20. Assisted by, I already forgot who I said, that was assisted by Moose on the assist, number 38. Face-off, won by the Cardinals after the goal. Cardinals now trailing by 2 goals. And a high stick is going to disrupt what would have been a 2-on-1 by Kenai. But that 2-on-1 generated courtesy of the high stick. So we'll move all the way back to the right end where Kenai and the Warriors will face off to the left of Evan Witt. Correction, make that to the blocking glove side, the right of Evan Witt. Will Howard and Elijah Barcelona, sophomore and senior. Howard wins the faceoff. Barcelona, though, chases it down in neutral ice and whips it right back behind the Kenai goal line. Cardinals try and get rid of it up the far board side. Puck is loose, wrapped all the way around and up and out of play. So 4-2 Warriors. They have scored 3 unanswered here in the third. Those of you that are tuning in on Peninsula Sports Live on YouTube, we see your comments. So glad to have you joining us from the Valley. And those of you watching here on the Peninsula, glad to have you as well. If you're listening at RadioKenai.com or on your radio dial on KSRM, glad to have you wherever you may be and however you're tuning into tonight's game. Cardinals control the face-off off the draw, and then they'll ice it back the other way. Nope, they wave off icing, so the Warriors will chase it down. Picking it up behind the goal line is Michael Thompson from the third line for the Warriors. Wrapped to the near side, Cameron Schwinn bangs it off the board. Isaac Potton is going to try and get it into the offensive end. Has it there briefly as Schwinn will gather it in his own end. Lily Langham, a headmanning pass, tipped, intended for Potton, and it goes back behind the Warriors' goal. Gathered up there by Michael Thompson. Head of steam up the far board side, left to right, across the blue line. Noah Hallam trying to chase him down on the back check. Michael Thompson doing a whole bunch of work himself. Centering pass. That was a beautiful pass through the low slot. Mikulecki with it, surveying now outside the circle, working his way all the way, looking for a wraparound. Nothing there. Man, is he skating quickly, as are all of the Warriors here in the third period. It's like they found a whole other gear, saving it for the third, I suppose. Mikulecki with it. Rehak takes it down into the far corner. Looking for the wraparound. Nothing. Up to Thompson at the right wing. Puck taken away by Noah Hallam. But Thompson chops at it and keeps it in the offensive zone. Warriors with an extended offensive possession here. Potton with a big check trying to clear the puck out. Jurdy will poke it into the Wasilla end, and the Cardinals will send fresh skates out on the ice. Here comes Begich and Goldsby and Clayton Cooper. Warriors bring it into the offensive end, briefly left to right. Malmstrom has it back in neutral ice at the red line. A battle for it, pinned up against the midboard, the board on the far side. Meade getting a stab at it, and Begich will let it go past him. Goldsby picking it up in the Kenai end, bangs it off the wall to Begich. Nice pass. Begich, right to left, across the blue line. Backhanded pass, no look to Jurdy. Jurdy from the circle, he shoots, and a glove save by Elijah Kelly. A nice passing sequence by the Cardinals right there. That's starting with Goldsby finding Begich at neutral ice. Begich across the blue line, and a nice no-look pass to Caden Jurdy. Face-off will be to the right of Kelly with 8:02 to play in the third period. Cardinals trailing the Warriors 4-2. Shackle wins the draw, and the Warriors, a high pass grabbed by Cooper, keeps it in the offensive end. Butler now with control of it. Centering pass goes right through the crease, and nobody was there to get a stick on it, and the Warriors cleared back out. Cardinals trailed by 3 goals in the third period last night, came back to tie it, and we're going to get an offside call against the Warriors. So we'll have a face-off at neutral ice. Cardinals, as we said, trailed by 3 against the Moose last night. 3-0 was that game differential. Cardinals did come back to tie it with 63 seconds to play. Moose scoring a goal with 18 seconds left. Warriors win the face-off at neutral ice. Here's Malmstrom across the blue line into the right circle. Shot wide of the net. Pulled it off the glass. Bangs over to the far side. Cardinals take it back. They'll try and shovel it along the board. Looking for Smith. Wasilla taking it back. Malmstrom, neutral ice. Moose, who had the assist on the goal earlier, bangs it off the far wall, down behind the Kenai goal line. Goldsby to Cooper. Cooper looking for Johnson up the near side. Johnson for the Warriors has a shot that is deflected wide of the net. Centering pass is over the leg pad on a redirect, and the Warriors another goal here in the third, and they are piling on. If you go back to last night, the Warriors have outscored now their opposition. Strick on the goal. And we'll get you that goal differential here in just a minute after we log the score time. Goal is at 7 minutes and 59 seconds in the third period. Strick with the goal. We'll see who had the assist. That is 4 unanswered goals by the Warriors in the third period tonight. They had 5 unanswered last night. I am not a math person, but I can add 5 plus 4. So they've outscored their opponents 9-0 in the third period of the 2 games last night and tonight. So Cardinals, though, in familiar territory, trailing by 3. They win the draw and get it quickly into the offensive end. Warriors will gather it back, send it behind their own goal line. Will Howard with the puck, trapped up against the midboard on the near side. As the Warriors try and dig it out, Caleb Moose has it. Hallam is pushed off the puck by DeMaster, back behind the Warriors' goal. Now over to the far side. Strick, left to right. Sneaks past a hit, but not 2. But that's enough to get the puck into the offensive end. Harma has it in the far corner. He's being harassed by Will Howard, and we're going to get a penalty coming. I think this is going to be against Howard. It'll be a cross check, and that is his first tonight. Nope, excuse me, not against Howard. It's going to be against Noah Hallam. First penalty of the third period at 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Noah Hallam will get 2 minutes for a cross check. And the body language for Kenai kind of says it all right now. The Warriors last night, impressively, actually coming back from a 3-2 deficit against the Stars to take an 8-3 lead. Here's a steal by Butler. He's going to have a breakaway, shorthanded in the circle, shot, and a kick save by Kelly. What a save, and now he dives into the behind the goal line to save the puck, and some extracurricular pushing and shoving afterward. Mason Butler a little unhappy with how that one played out. And, I mean, I get the frustration, but purely just on great goaltending by Elijah Kelly. Warriors goaltender doing a fantastic job to stop the breakaway. And now Butler's actually going to be penalized for roughing. We're going to get 2 penalties here. Chase Malmstrom is going to head to the box as well. So both of these penalties at 8 minutes and 59 seconds. So offsetting. We'll see exactly what they were called for. We know that Butler was called for a rough. I don't know if Malmstrom was called for the same thing. Either way, 6 minutes and 1 second to play in the third period. The Warriors now lead the Cardinals 5-2. Still with the man advantage, 1:46 left in the power play. Here comes Hagel. Hagel across the blue line and rips the shot off, but Witt up to the task that time. The shots on goal vastly in favor of the Warriors, and another penalty against the Cardinals. This one, 9 minutes and 8 seconds. This is against Isaac Potton. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So a 5-on-3 for Wasilla for 1:39 seconds with just 5:52 to play. Any comeback hopes for the Cardinals not completely evaporated, but with only 3 players on the ice for 1:39 and 5:52 left to play, it's going to be hard. Meade controlling the puck off the faceoff. Cross-ice pass to Barcelona, near circle. Shot kicked away by Witt. Covers it up. Puck is loose. Kicks out into neutral ice up the near board side. Nicholas Harma is there to pick it up. Looking for Barcelona. Cardinals clear it out. Harma will gather it back in his own end. 1:13 to go in the 5-on-3 for the Warriors. 5:23 left to play in the third period. Cardinals with 2 players in the penalty, actually 3 players in the penalty box. They're going to start a party in there. Warriors with 1. Mikulecki brings it into the offensive end, right to left. Barcelona, he shoots, and he finds the top shelf on the left side. And the frustration really bleeding through for the Cardinals now, as the Warriors have repeated history. Last night, they score 5 unanswered goals against the Cardinals, or against the Stars. Tonight, they've done it in the third period. 5 unanswered against Kenai. That goal at 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Barcelona picks up his first goal of the night. to go along with an assist he had earlier in the night, and it is now 6-2. Warriors on top of the Kenai Cardinals. Cardinals' first line out on the ice as Caden Shackle will get the draw call for Wasilla. One Cardinal is going to come out of the box. Should be.
They already did.
Let's see here. They already did. Should be Noah Hallam. So it's 5-on-4 now. Hallam back out for the Cardinals. DeMaster controls it across neutral ice and takes it into the offensive end, and the Cardinals cleared back out. Bridger Begich on the clear. Picking up back behind his own net for the Warriors is Harma, the junior defenseman. Harma has been involved in a lot of the offense for the Warriors here in the third period. Under 5 minutes to play. Warriors on the power play. 48 seconds left in that. DeMaster across the blue line. Harma at the left wing with it. Finds DeMaster to the left circle. DeMaster shot. That goes wide of the net, near side. And Karam's all the way back up the near side into the Warriors' end. 4:26 left to play in the game. Wasilla has decided that the third period is their time to shine. They've outscored their opponents now in 2 games thus far this season. 10-0 in third periods, trying to make it more. What a pass, but to Stiers in the high slot, but the Cardinals break it up. Harma tries to get a shot off. That one off a stick high and lands behind the goal line. Shackle, a shot flung away by the defense. Back up to the point for Harma. Wrist shot knocked down by the defense, and it's going to carry him back out to neutral ice. The power play is over. Potton comes out of it, trying to pick it up. Here's Howard and Potton. Howard, shot, and that's over the top of the net, off the glass. Karam's over to the far board side. Clayton Cooper levels a big hit against Stiers, and Potton will take the puck back, and he gets hit. And now we're just throwing hits all over the place. This is starting to get a little bit ugly. Potton has it. He'll shoot again right into the midsection of Kelly with the save. 3:27 left to play, and you can see it's starting to get a little bit ugly on the ice now with the score differential at 4. Cardinals trailing the Warriors 6-2 in the third period. They came into this period leading 2-1. 3:27 left to play. Face off to the right of Kelly, won by the Warriors. Michael Thompson brings it up the near board side into the Kenai end. Tanner Gregory will chase it down behind his own goal line, gets it to Isaac Potton, bounces it off the far board side. Warriors keep it in. Moose, top of the slot, he shoots, gobbled up, and saved by Witt with 3:08 left to play in the third. Hope everybody's having a good Halloween night. Warriors, I know, are having a good third period Halloween night. 5 goals against Kenai, just like they did last night. This one seems to be going the way of the Warriors, so that means that the Moose and Wasilla will play each other at 11:30 here tomorrow. There's a shot knocked down by the defense for the Peninsula Ice Cup Championship. Thompson with it into the near corner in the Kenai end. Puck ricochets off the flat board. Big hit from Gregory. Buck at the right wing. Strick keeps it in there. Moose makes a move. Goes right through the 5-hole on Meese. And diving to cover up the puck as it found its way into the slot was Evan Witt. Somehow it squirted out. It was picked up by Dominic Smith. 2:41 left to play in the third period. Coming up after the end of the game, stick around for the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. Cardinals trailing the Warriors 6-2 in the third period after coming into the final frame with a 2-1 lead. Dylan Mead on the draw to the left of Witt against Noah Hallam. Mead getting that one. Puck bouncing around and the Cardinals taking it back. They can't quite clear it out though, and the puck is loose in the slot. Now they'll just chip it high into neutral ice. Michael Thompson's going to chase it down. Nice pass over to Rehak. Little forechecking pressure from the Cardinals. Butler on it, but the Warriors scooted across neutral ice. Here's Dominic Smith backhanding it, looking for Caden Jurdy, the freshman. Puck in neutral ice. Here's Schwinn. Schwinn across the blue line, backhands it. Rehak takes it away before it gets on goal. 2 minutes to play. Cardinals do a nice job keeping it in. Jurdy and Butler chasing it in behind the goal line. Thompson has it taken away by the young Jurdy. Now the Warriors get it back, wrap it around to the near side into neutral ice, and Schwinn will chase it down in his own end. Puck is knocked down by Blaylock, kept into the offensive end for the Warriors. 1:39 to play. 6-2 Warriors lead in the third period. Wasilla with it. Here's Meade outside the near circle, down behind the goal line, around the net, centering pass, and a whistle. As we get a little tangle up at the net, Declan Hawk, who was penalized for roughing earlier in the game, was tied up with Evan Witt, the goaltender for Kenai. And I think there is no love lost in that relationship over there, so play was stopped. And we'll get a face-off at neutral ice with under 90 seconds to play in the third period. It'll be Robert Mikulecki and Will Howard on the draw. Howard getting the better of that one. Cardinals bounce it off the glass and into the offensive end, but Johnson will chase it down. Potton trying to get it back. Head-manning pass for Stiers, back to Mikulecki, and he races across the blue line left to right. Shot is deflected high and into the protective netting. So the final 3 minutes of this game taking about as long as the previous 12 here in the third period. 6-2 is the Wasilla lead. 5 goals this period alone after managing just one in the first two. One in the first period, no goals in the second for Wasilla. Breakaway chance for Hallam. Backhanded pass to Potton. He's in the low slot, and he cannot execute the deke. A nice job by the Warriors goaltender. Here's Howard, near circle. He'll shoot, but that's blocked by Mikulecki. Karam's all the way back out to neutral ice, and here comes another penalty against the Cardinals with under a minute to play, 49.4 left on the clock. This not against Potton, actually. It's going to be against Clayton Cooper. 4th penalty of the third period against Kenai. Penalty at 14 minutes and 11 seconds. We'll see what the official penalty call is. Again, it is Clayton Cooper in the box, the sophomore for the Warriors, and I never quite saw what they called it as. But again, penalty at 14 minutes and 11 seconds, so the Warriors will finish this game on the power play. Although the Cardinals are going to get a breakaway chance. Dominic Smith, right circle, makes a move and can't connect on the double deke. So a couple missed opportunities for the Cardinals, and the frustration written all over their faces as here comes Meade into the offensive end. He has his stick knocked up by Schwinn. He'll wrap around behind the net, get control back, looking for a centering pass. Smith ahead to Johnson for the Cardinals. Johnson pushed off the puck as it trickles back into the Warriors' end. And with 10 seconds left to play, that should take us to the end of the game. Mikulecki across the red line, blue line, and he'll maybe try and get a shot off at the end. Barcelona, a shot kicked away by Witt, who gets a save as the clock runs out for good measure. Final score in this one, 6-2. The Warriors run down, skate downhill in the third period for the second consecutive night. And they take this one away from the Cardinals on Kenai's home ice. We'll be right back with your Peninsula Community Health Services postgame show on KSRM.
Affordable health care. We accept most insurance, including private health insurance, veterans, Medicaid, Denali Kid Care, and Medicare. We offer a sliding fee discount to those who qualify based on family size and income, even if you have insurance. Call PCHS at 907-262-3119 and ask to talk to a patient eligibility coordinator for more information.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
Yes, we know the amount of the PFD this year was underwhelming, but if your family is complete and you have been considering a vasectomy, it's the perfect amount. Now through November 15th, our no needle, no scalpel vasectomy is being offered at a special PFD price of $1,000. You save $200. This quick, safe, and nearly pain-free procedure can be done in Soldotna or Homer. With birth control taken care of, you can celebrate through the holidays and focus on fun. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics, 907-235-1010. No needle, no scalpel, no worries. Happy holidays. Yes, we know the amount of the PFD this year was underwhelming, but if your family is complete and you have been considering a vasectomy, it's the perfect amount. Now through November 15th, our no needle, no scalpel vasectomy 200. Procedure can be done in Soldotna or Homer. With birth control taken care of, you can celebrate through the holidays and focus on fun. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics, 907-235-1010. No needle, no scalpel, no worries. Happy holidays.
Now, it's time for the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show with game recaps and post-game interviews. Let's return ringside.
Welcome back to Kenai Multipurpose Facility, where the Kenai Cardinals have fallen in Game 2 of their Peninsula Ice Challenge tournament. They lose to the Wasilla Warriors by a final score of 6-2. Nick Sorrell here along with Tucker Blau and Caleb Manuel back in our K-Beach studio. It is the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. Peninsula Community Health Services, supporting your health, offering medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral health services. Visit them online at pchsak.org or give them a call at 907-262-3119. Well, it was all Warriors in the third period for the second straight night. They repeated what they did last night against Soldotna, scoring 5 unanswered goals. So if you didn't hear while we were commentating on it throughout the third period, that means that Wasilla, through 2 games, has now outscored their opponents 10-0 in the third period. I don't know if that's sustainable kind of offense, but hey, they sure seem to find their stride in the third period. That is for sure. They were flying all around the ice. They had goals at 1:27, 2:29, 4:31, 7:59, and 9:51, all in that third period. The Cardinals' 2 goals tonight came both in the second period, both courtesy of Will Howard. Give you your 3T detailing shots and saves. If you need your vehicle detailed, find 3T Detailing on Facebook or give them a call, 907-252-3960. They're your defense against a dirty vehicle. The Cardinals last night, let me go back and check my notes here, 19 shots on goal for the Palmer Moose against Kenai last night. Tonight, 18 shots on goal for the Warriors, 13 saves for Witt, for a game total of 35 shots on goal for Wasilla, 29 saves for Witt. For the Kenai Cardinals, 6 shots on goal, 6 saves for Elijah Kelly in that third period, for a game total of 18 shots on goal for Kenai, 16 saves for Kelly. So the Cardinals have now given up, 19 and 18. That's 37 shots in the third period of the first 2 games of the season. Going to need to clean that up. Those shots on goal very heavily tilted in the favor of the opposition through 2 games. That is your shots on goal, your final score again, 6-2. It is the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. We'll be right back with your Pizza Boys player of the game on KSRM.
I'm feeling under the weather today.
You can call PCHS and schedule a same-day appointment.
What's that?
A same-day appointment is when you call ahead to get scheduled, fill out your registration paperwork, and see a provider all in one day.
Will my insurance pay for it?
PCHS takes most insurance plans, but if you're not sure, you can call and talk to one of their patient eligibility coordinators.
That sounds great. What's their number?
907-262-3119.
I'll call them now.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
Pizza Boys in Soldotna is proud to sponsor today's Player of the Game, which honors local athletes from Kenai, Soldotna, McKiskey, and across the Kenai Peninsula. Pizza Boys is your local destination for stone-baked pizzas, fresh pasta, and so much more. We create authentic, hand-tossed pizzas daily, made to order with fresh, quality ingredients that are sure to make your mouth water. Our full-service dining room and takeout options are ready to satisfy all your cravings. Dine in, take out, or have it delivered by calling 260-4800. Pizza Boys.
Welcome back to the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. Nick Sorrell and Tucker Blau. Time now for your Pizza Boys player of the game. Today's player of the game will receive a certificate for a pepperoni pizza from Soldotna Pizza Boys for pickup or delivery. Call 907-260-4800. Soldotna Pizza Boys sponsoring the player of the game, 907-260-4800. If you're in the Valley and you're from Wasilla or Palmer and you're still with us, I will caveat here that the player of the game is for a Peninsula player. You might have a hard time getting all the way down to get that gift certificate and the pizza. So, but we do this for our Peninsula players here for all of these Peninsula broadcasts. Give that out. So when we give it out and you say, hey, that kid didn't score nearly as many goals as our kid did, just know that it is a Peninsula award that we give out. But tonight's player of the game for the Kenai Cardinals is going to be Will Howard, the senior, scoring 2 goals in the second period, at the time giving the Cardinals a 2-1 lead. So fantastic job, Will, and congratulations on your player of the game. Make sure to swing by the front office over there at Kenai High School next week to pick up your certificate for your pepperoni pizza from Soldotna Pizza Boys. Again, one more time, your player of the game for the Kenai Cardinals is Will Howard. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight for the Kenai Cardinals and the Wasilla Warriors. For Tucker Blau, my broadcast partner, our broadcast producer, Caleb Manuel, back in our K-Beach studio, and for those of you watching on YouTube, Keith Crawford, our broadcast producer. I'm Nick Sorrell saying good night and God bless.